Okay, says we're live now.
All right, cool.
Is there anybody in the
We got
anybody watching right now?
Be there in a few short minutes. Sudden Windows updates. Oh, that's what Napa just said. All right, so even though there's nobody really watching right now,
we can chit chat for a second before we jump into it.
Okay. No.
Yeah, most streamers though just kind of have a little time to allow people to roll in.
Yeah.
Since there was only 2 viewing that I could see, and I was probably one of them. So it says 3 watching now. Okay. Trying to set this up.
Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Yeah, we can start seeing who's in the chat. Oh, you call me a nobody? Hey, I wasn't looking at the chat. I couldn't tell. First thumbs up while we wait. Excellent. So, how things been going for everybody? Is anybody else joining in DC?
I believe Disc might pop his head in here. So
right. And what happened to Bay Area?
He said he's gonna try to join. So hopefully if he shows up in the chat, then I'll go ahead and send him the link.
Okay.
So that way he can get in, and then
oh, there's Disc. I'm around.
Oh, okay, there he is. Hey, I sent you the link, man. So
it's now or never. You better get in.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man. Yeah, so, everybody's here.
Okay, all right. So let me go.
I'm gonna pull everybody in.
Yeah, let me copy that. Let me go here. All right. Right there. And send. Okay. All right, cool.
Come on now. This is becoming the boringest stream ever.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I sent you a link. But first and foremost, one of the things I want to point out about the stream is that we're not trying to be judge and jury on this topic. It's just I would like to kind of bring to light just kind of dash cameras, like one of their most favorite things, and that is the horn. So that's why I entitled this Hornage, because I watched a video earlier this month, and this particular camera used their horn, I think, a little excessively, in my opinion. But like, I made a comment on the video about it, and the only response that I got back was from a different camera saying that they should have used it, for as long as, they possibly could for the situation. Now, we're going to show this video later, but that's one of the main things that I want to point out. Like, I'm not trying to fricking be, judge and jury on this. It's just trying to get everyone's opinions.
We want to have a discussion. We've heard a few different opinions. We just want to get people's different perspective on it. And we both understand that different areas of the country have different etiquette around their driving. They do things a certain way, right?
Correct.
And like I was telling you earlier, I noticed that like Rhode Island dash cam with the horn, he taps his horn a lot, but it's always the little doot doot, right?
Right.
And there's situations where he taps it where I would never would do it. Like he'll be behind somebody that's turning and not using a signal, and he'll give him the little doot. And
Right.
I'm like, to me, it's like, yeah, what's the point? But that's kind of that's the culture there. That's how they do it. Right. That's what I assumed. I don't know, watch a whole bunch of people from the area, but I get the idea that different areas do different things. I know even some people around here talking about, oh, you better not honk at people, you get shot, because everybody in Texas is carrying an AR-15 and blah, 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 it's all a bunch of bull. But you hear people say that kind of stuff.
Right. So okay, looks like we got there's this.
There we go. Oh, we got the gang. Wow,
there we go.
5 in here now. Holy cow!
Hey, everybody.
That was fast.
Oh yeah.
We got Napa too.
Yes. Here I am.
There. So this is a lot more peeps than I anticipated. So
yeah, but more than the norm.
But it's I think it's fine. So I don't know if you guys heard what I said earlier about this topic. It's just I'm not trying to be judge and jury on this. It's just
of course.
I would like to have open, honest discussion about it, like what your guys' thoughts are about horn usage in the community.
Yeah, going by what Napa says, if horns weren't effective, then the traffic law group, whatever trying to remember them called, wouldn't put them on cars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a purpose for them, and then there's usage that's not exactly for the purpose.
You okay?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
I've actually, in my case, I've been actually using the horn more often because I've been encountering more dangerous driving, dangerous or speed demons, you might say.
Right. Yeah, and I mean the idea is the primary purpose is to warn or alert others.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Exactly, like you're cutting in my lane, you're gonna hit me, something's going on, that type of thing. That's my understanding. That's the primary purpose. Now people use it angrily in situations, and there's different ways. Like we're talking about the whole courtesy tap thing back when, that's hey, wake up, you'll be beep, come on, let's go.
Right.
But that's to alert, hey, the light's green, let's go.
Yeah, I don't use the horn in a binary way. I have varying degrees where I have the simple boop boop or
exactly.
I also have a style it's like an instinct that I've developed. It's like a signature honk of mine to go beep beep if it's a bit more concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a guy on YouTube, Mark Rober. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Yeah.
He's a former, I think, NASA engineer, and his whole thing is he just engineers these crazy, cool contraptions. But one of the things he did with his car was he installed what he called the nicest horn ever installed in a car, and it's basically he's got a bank of different sounds that instead of actually hitting his horn, he pushes a button, and for different circumstances, he's got a different sound. So like someone sitting at a green light, he's got like a nice little short happy sounding tone, and he reserves the angry sounding horn for when it's necessary. So yeah, you should check that out because I think it's kind of applicable to this conversation.
That's actually pretty cool. Wow.
Yeah, I wish more cars had something like that.
Well, as you know, pursuant to our earlier videos, when we had that other car that we don't have anymore, we had the regular horn, and then we had the air horn.
Right.
So the air horn was more reserved for, say, situations where maybe the regular horn wouldn't be heard or as likely to be heard, like on a freeway, where there's so much wind noise and road noise that regular horns oftentimes go unheard. The stock horn just isn't quite loud enough. So the air horn would cut right through all that noise, and it would ensure that the driver almost hitting you would hear it. But it was also reserved for, the way Disc put it, more concerning situations. And I didn't like to use it as much in urban environments. Like if there are a lot of buildings kind of closing in the area to where it would be a little bit too loud maybe for pedestrians. Of course, in the beginning, I wasn't as I didn't discriminate as much, but as time went on, I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be using the air horn in certain situations where it might cause distress, especially where, sound doesn't disperse as easily.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And I have a
Yes.
lot of people actually encouraging me to get a train horn. Now, personally, I find a train horn
I've
to be
seen
a
those,
bit
yeah.
too loud for any situation. That's just a little bit too loud. It might
Yeah.
be a surprise to people who watch our videos. Like, well, you guys love the horn. Of course, you'd like the train horn, but that's a little bit too loud. I may be probably the loudest horn that we would get as a secondary horn on our car would be the type of horn used on semi trucks, because they're a couple steps below a train horn in its level of sound.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I've actually heard a couple train horns used before, like in my area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty loud.
Yeah, I just don't want to be. I don't want to be quite that loud. Besides, I'd have to install like a 10, 15 gallon air tank in my trunk, and I wouldn't have any trunk space left.
Oh man. But yeah, because no, go ahead.
Yeah, and where are you going to put all those trumpets? Because the train horn's like 4 or 5 trumpets, and they're big. There's not enough room behind your grill.
Well, I guess some people find a way to do it, but
yeah,
because I know Dallas and I were talking a little bit before we went live, and there's another thing that I know plays a big part in horn usage.
Yeah,
and it's the driving culture of your area.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I did hear the conversation while I was waiting for those stupid Windows updates. They always want to download at the most inopportune times, but I'm glad you brought that up because it is an important consideration. I don't think it's the end all be all, but I think it helps explain some things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know. Well, there's a huge difference. Like I've told a lot of people that there's a huge difference between the city that I live in,
right,
versus like downtown San Diego, or even like going up north to like San Jose or like San Francisco, or even the Napa area. The driving culture is completely different.
Yeah, where I'm at in Napa, I actually hear people honking all day long. Like I could step outside at any given moment, and within a 30-second time period, I'll hear a horn coming from somewhere. And so I hear people honking at each other all day long. So it's become a culture of horn use, at least where I'm at. And if you've ever been to San Francisco, it is like the New York City of the West Coast. It really is. It's so congested, and people are driving in such close quarters to each other, and a lot of pedestrians. And you hear horn blowing just as much in San Francisco, I think, as you do in New York City. And maybe not quite as much here in Napa, but there is a people are fairly liberal with horns up here.
Yeah, so for us around my area, you don't hear horns a lot at all.
Probably because everyone's armed.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
Well, as long as they think that and they leave me alone, that's good. But yeah, yeah, I mean, it's just not the culture to honk. Now,
No.
Austin is a totally different environment. I can't say how the horn usage is there. And then Houston is it's a different environment. I hear Houston is really crazy.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know what the culture is around horn usage, but I just know around here, for me, it's hardly any. And then actually where I've driven in Louisiana, you don't hear a lot of horn usage either. So when you hear it, you better pay attention because somebody's trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I used to sell car horns It was just like a side job that I had. I'd go to junkyards and I'd pull horns off of cars, and then I'd sell them on eBay.
Oh,
And
nice.
and it actually there was a good business for that. Most of my customers were on the East Coast. I didn't
New
have that
Jersey.
many. Yeah, New York, New Jersey, and I did get a lot from Southern California. And once I had one customer in all those years in Montana buy a horn off of me. So that goes kind of indicates too, you know, maybe where some of the hot spots are for horn use. But, you know, and the other thing is, where did you learn to drive? Because some of your habits are born from when you were learning to drive. I learned to drive in a big city, so that's part of it too for me. Although I have found that as I've gotten older, I don't use a horn as much, like shorter honks and maybe not quite as frequently. A lot of people have commented saying, "Hey, I miss the days when you used to lay on the horn."
Yeah.
And even then, it's spread out over multiple clips that take place at different times.
Right. Exactly. I maybe honk the horn at somebody maybe once out of every 4 major drives that I do. So it's not as frequent as people might think, because I do a lot of driving, but
Hey,
and I could drive around for hours and hours and hours, and I won't honk at anybody.
Well, you know, another factor that will keep you from using it is having a wimpy horn.
Having a wimpy horn.
You don't want to. You don't want people to hear it. I know that I had gone from one car to another, and the one I had before had this great dual tone.
Yeah.
And I had like no problem. And then we got this a new car, and it's got the single tone, and it's like, I don't really want to.
Yeah, the loudness of your horn is not, well, shouldn't be perceived as being proportional to the amount of balls that you have. So don't let it emasculate you if you have a wimpy horn.
Well, believe me, you should hear the horn on the Rolla, on the new Rolla that I have.
Oh, yeah.
It's honestly, it's terrible.
It sounds like a wheelchair horn.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just like, especially if you're trying to use it as an audible middle finger, it's just like,
right, it doesn't work. It sounds more like an elevator tone or something when you reach your floor. It just kind of goes meep.
or some of them have a clown car horn.
Yeah.
Me.
And then I find when I'm in my other car that's got the good dual tone that I probably use it more, just because it's, you know, it actually sounds like a real decent horn that's actually making me heard. So
yeah,
that's another factor is, you know, which car are you in? If you have multiple cars, do you honk more in the other one that has a good sound?
I find it to be about the same for me. If I'm driving a different car, that doesn't, honestly, for me, it doesn't make any difference.
Boy cried.
Man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one place though that really hates horn usage is those Reddit folks. They really hate it when you.
Oh, they don't like it.
Well, I remember. You know, you guys call me an old man, but
old man.
I've only been on Reddit like maybe one time, and
it's probably for that.
Well, I know that there's they call it the gutter of the internet. That's the term that I've heard.
Is.
Sounds about right.
But because I've never posted anything on there, I know a lot of you guys have. But as far as like what you were saying, Bay Area, you were talking about when we were chatting via email about you said like the people that are on Reddit, like the critics, like if you honk at any little thing, then you're just. Yep. You know, they just bash you for it.
If you don't get hit after you honk, then they're not happy. Like, well, there wasn't a crash, so why did you honk? And it's like, maybe there wasn't a crash because I honked, man. Like,
right.
Well, I find that it's not just that. There are two things that Reddit hates. It hates horns, and Reddit also hates if you drive in the left lane. It's okay if everyone else drives in the left lane, but if the camera's in the left lane,
you could be passing. You're the bad guy. Actively passing, but
even if you're passing, even if you're actively passing, they're like, well, you're not passing fast enough, or you were in the left lane just a split second too long. Well, excuse me, that I didn't want to cut off the guy in the right lane that I was passing when I moved back over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of what I call Captain Hindsights on there,
Mhm.
where oh, I saw that coming. I could have swerved
yeah.
and avoided that.
Yeah, I've
See-
gotten into them about that because they know something's coming.
Right.
You're not in the moment. You already know something's going to happen.
Right.
You have the luxury of stopping it, slowing it down, playing it over. Oh yeah, how can you see that? That was a
Yep.
mile away. I could see that.
It's
Oh, yeah,
observer
right.
bias. That is what that's
Oh,
called.
Right. Well,
yeah.
and no, go ahead.
170-degree wide-angle lenses will do that.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
and
why didn't you see him? Why couldn't you have swerved, or why didn't you let him in? That's the other thing. Why didn't
You
you?
know,
let
that's
him
the thing too.
uh,
One of the reasons I gave up on 170-degree angles was even I'd be watching videos and that'd be like my mind just couldn't, it was having trouble processing it, so I went down to 140 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I've-
that's the best of both worlds.
Mhm.
I've even played back some footage that I shot a few weeks ago, and I look at it and I go, "Was it really that close?" It didn't look like.
I think
It
we've
never
all
does
had
when you look
that
when you
yeah.
look back on it.
problem.
You're like,
Yeah.
damn, I thought that was a lot closer when it happened.
No, yeah, and you're like, oh,
Because
you
it
know how
really
many clips
was.
I've trashed. Oh, yeah.
Not even gonna
Well-
include that now.
Unless you're using a camera with I'm trying to remember what human vision is. I think it's 38 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken here,
I think that's closer to
with an
wide
average
angle, but-
lens. I can't remember what it is now, but I did a comparison video between how the human eye perceives depth and the apparent distance between objects in front of you, and what how a dash cam renders the field in front of you, and that's
I've
a drastic
actually-
difference.
Oh
I've actually
yeah.
dropped a link to that in Reddit threads where people are like, that wasn't that close. And so I've dropped that link and been like,
Well, you
all right,
know,
why don't you
I
watch
actually
this?
find on Reddit, I don't get that too much. I don't see that on Reddit that, oh, this wasn't close. But I think at least I'll have to give Reddit credit for at least that they do get that the wide angle lens makes objects
Yeah, I
make
think that's more of a
objects look-
YouTube thing. YouTube gets on
yeah,
that
it's
a lot.
more of YouTube. People
The
who
one I
aren't-
see on Reddit all the time though is that happens every day here. That's an everyday thing. That's
as
not
if it
worthy
makes
of
it
being
okay.
mentioned. Right.
Mhm.
And it's like, really? That happens every day where it's like, where do you drive so I can avoid it?
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too. It's just like, oh well, that happened. It's like it's almost like a lot of people that do watch it, they just become accustomed to their environment. They just kind of
Right.
it
They've
doesn't
normalized
make it right. It doesn't make it correct.
No.
But it's like now. I mean, every now and again, like I'll just give like a little like toot here and there, to especially like with someone like, I don't know what the laws are in other states as far as cell phone usage goes, but you wouldn't think that there was a hands-free law in California. I mean, I can't tell you like,
Yeah.
I honestly cannot tell you how bad the cell phone usage is. Like people are so distracted, and a lot of times it's like that's when I'll give like a little courtesy tap, like, hey, wake up, what are you doing,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
God, I don't
Yeah.
know how many times I've gone past people out. By the time I see that they've been on their phone this whole time, they've been screwing up. I too late to honk because I'm already past them.
Yep.
You know what's interesting?
No, go ahead.
I found that with the green light honks, mine have gotten shorter. Like they used to be longer, now they're shorter. When we got the new car, there's so much spring behind the horn pad that I had to learn how to give it a brief tap, because you have to use more pressure to get it to honk.
Right.
And if you don't have the skill down to give it quick tap, it comes out as a longer honk
Yeah. I've had that too.
because of the amount of resistance in the horn pad.
Yeah, and that again, it depends on which car you're driving. Like for me, I
Yeah.
drive two different cars every day, just depending on how things work out. And it's like I'll drive one in the morning and I drive the other in the afternoon, and it's like I gotta remember which one. Okay, this one needs a little bit more pressure if I'm
Right.
just want to give a little beep, because my Ford is just really hard to just give it a real quick little tap.
I have
Like there's been a few times where I'm like, oh dang, I didn't mean to give him that much more.
exactly. I have a
Sorry.
friend who's going to teach me how to do the machine gun honk. So that's on Monday.
Machine
the
gun.
machine
honk.
gun honk. So what you do, I don't know. He was showing me with his hands how you do it, but I don't. In practice, I don't know how it'll work with our car. But you take your hands as if you're praying, right? You put your hands together, and then you hold it against the horn pad, and you suddenly, alternate hands like jab forward with your hands alternately, really fast. And supposedly that enables you to do like a really rapid series of brief honks that sounds like a machine gun.
Huh.
It's just like da 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 type of a honk. Except it sounds cooler than trying to verbalize it.
Oh yeah.
That kind of, well, since I got all of you guys in here, let me ask you this. So let me put this up here. This is the next banner.
Yeah.
So what situation do you guys use it in? Like your personal, like, preference of it?
The horn in general?
Yes.
In my case, and one thing I've noticed moving to Riverside is that I've observed more people use their horn here, but I've also noticed there's more drivers that take needless risks on the highways, which has gotten me to using the horn more often, like more shoulder drivers around here, because people get fed up with traffic.
Well, the traffic is back, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the city of Corona, especially during rush hour. That's where it gets the really bad traffic.
Mm.
And some people just start really taking risks, which that bothers me, because then someone's gonna crash, and then the traffic's just gonna back up even more.
Just get worse, yeah. Well, what about you, Bay Area? What situation do you?
I mean,
do you really use them in?
You've got your cutoffs. That's kind of where they're actually potentially causing a collision. That to me is kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
Really, anytime where you kind of just feel like you need to let someone know they screwed up. I know it's not necessarily angry, but it's just like, hey, you screwed up. You made me have to hit my brakes, or like you said, you're driving on the shoulder, or like just the other night, I had someone they were supposed to zipper merge behind me, and they just wanted to get in front of me, and ended up we're in the same lane together simultaneously, and so I gave them a pretty long one there, where it's just kind of feel the need to let them know that you're not exactly cool with what they did. And then of course you got the people sitting at green lights, try to give them the short little tap.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty much it. I know I've been guilty of using it as a verbal middle finger in the past. And I've even got a video on my channel where I knew I was, after watching it and getting some feedback, I was like, yeah, you know what, I probably could have been the bigger person and laid off it a bit. So I've tried to reel myself in and keep from doing it. And in just being angry, or like after the fact something's already happened, going off on someone and honking. It's like, okay, that's kind of like your dog did something bad, and then you do something to them an hour later, they don't know what they did. So, it's kind of the same thing. Like, once the moment's passed, there's really no reason to use it again after that. That's where you just glare at them and shake your head.
I think Bay Area's honking habits are pretty much exactly the same as mine. Like he said exactly what I was going to say about my own habits is, people sitting at green lights, getting cut off, letting people know they screwed up. And then occasionally we get a little pissed off and might honk more than we actually needed to.
Right.
I think all of us have probably done that at some time or another.
Yes.
But, we're only human, right? So sometimes it's completely understandable to get pissed off with the way people conduct themselves on the road. Especially since driving is a high stakes activity. It's not like cutting in front of somebody at the grocery store line, because no one's going to get hurt if you cut in line at the grocery store line. But if you get cut off in traffic,
Right.
There is a potential for a collision. There's risk of property damage, injuries, death. So I think because of that, it's more understandable to get frustrated with people. And
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to vent a little bit. And
Yeah.
for me, honking is probably the least harmful way to do that. Yeah, as in, the honking's not going to hurt anybody. It might annoy the person you're honking at or other people around you, but it's not
No,
directly
I love
harming
when they
anybody.
honk back. They're clearly in the wrong and they honk back at you. That's
Oh, I hate
yeah.
that.
Uh,
I hate that.
oh,
Yeah.
yep.
So
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that stuff.
So for me, my usage is, I mean, similar. The tap for the green light, which will turn into a longer tap if they don't move.
Right.
And then like in my last video with people pulling out in front of me, if I got to get on my brakes, I honk at them, or some of them, like I was too busy checking lanes and maneuvering to go around them because they pulled out in front of me. So I don't honk until I'm going past them. You know, you could say I'm alerting them not to change lanes into me, but really I'm just giving them a quick finger, right?
Yep.
But I don't like lay on her long. But I want to let them know, hey, you pulled out in front of me, you screwed me up, right? You got to watch
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah, and then there's times when people will turn the left turn across in front of me, things like that. It's sort of warning or mostly warning. I like to think of it, but some of it is a little bit of the, giving them the audio finger, but not usually too long. Make it a little angry one.
I tend to do that. I tend to do that on the highway, like when the tough guy truck cuts too close, and they're in such a hurry, they're not gonna bother you anyway.
Oh yeah,
But
That's when I'll kind of vary the intensity of it. Like if it's just a little infraction, then it's like a little beep beep beep. But if it's like we're 5 inches off each other, then you're getting you're getting both barrels of it.
Oh, that's one thing. As Napa calls it, I see a lot of bromobiles out this way in the Inland Empire, which makes sense because we got
Brodozers.
because we got we got
think-
the desert nearby. It makes sense.
I think Dallas calls them the tough guy trucks, right?
that's Rhode Island dash cam.
Oh,
But
that's
I took that from him.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Rhode Island.
Or compensation mobiles.
Oh yes.
Right. Or compensating for the, what is it? No, I came up with a long time ago. It was the teeny peeny weenie syndrome.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
That was a long time ago.
Well, you know what? Let me go ahead and show all of you this video and get
Sure.
your honest opinions about it. And again, this is just a completely again, not trying to be judge and jury on it, but I'll just let you guys watch the footage and you guys can come up with your own opinions on it. So let me go ahead and add this to the stream. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. Just go.
Oh, excuse me.
I think we got the point already.
Yeah.
Wow. Good 35 seconds.
Mash that save button.
You can. I stopped. That's the end of it, really, of the part. Then it says the rest of his stuff already. But
So
That's crazy.
So, again, I don't want to. I want to stress this. I can't stress this enough. It's like I'm not trying to be judge and jury on this, but for me personally, that was way overused. It didn't help the situation. And if that's a troublesome spot for that particular camera, then they should have anticipated something like that happening.
Well, I don't even anticipate from troublesome spot. If you look at it, and that's why I was putting the comments in there. If you look, he jumps to the right lane and guns it to pass up. So he's going faster than the flow of traffic. And you can see these two people in front of him slowing down. You know they're doing something. And didn't they have their signal on? They started like getting over. And he proceeds to go all the way to their bumper where he has no way to get out. Totally traps himself.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
that
shortly after this whole event started, through all that text and stuff there, he had a gap that was plenty big enough to just go around him, and be done with it. But he had to sit there an extra 25 seconds or something because he trapped himself by getting right on their bumper. He didn't read what was going on. And I think it seemed, what I feel is, you see the people that are more concerned with honking at somebody than doing something evasive or whatever to go ahead and go about your day or do what you need to do.
Is this guy there? Are they a regular dash camera, or is this like a one-off?
They're
No,
regular.
They're regular.
I'm
Yeah,
almost
they're
thinking they
regular.
got trapped in that whole, this is going to make a good clip type of scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's the other thing. It's just like, because one of my hot spots is the Nordal exit. Now, I always anticipate someone making a late exit, and I don't put myself in that situation to where it's just like, okay, I know he's going to cut me out, but you know what? Let me create this and freaking, try to get a capture. Because when I made a comment on that video, I got a response back saying that it wasn't from the camera that uploaded the video. It was from someone completely different. And the term that I should have used instead of prefabricated was manufactured. I was like, if they knew that was a hot spot and that's a particular problem, then they should have anticipated it. But again, going back to what you said, Dallas, it's like they didn't, find like a way out. Pretty much, they, and I could tell from that footage that the camera was not interested in what was happening behind them, because from the comments that I was scrolling in that video, that it was basically that was like a highway. And I was like, okay, I'm like, but I guarantee you the camera wasn't really focused on what was happening behind them. Because when I don't know if you guys remember that one rage honk video that I uploaded when I got cut off really bad. And, honestly, I was having a bad effing day. Okay.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And this dude, he had plenty of room behind me, but he decided he's got to get in front of me. So and he got really close. So I just laid it on. Well, guess what? He's like, he came to a dead freaking stop. And that, like the whole time I'm looking in front of me, I'm looking behind me, making sure that, I'm not going to get freaking rammed into. So it's, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have laid the horn on that much because it didn't make the situation any better, but it did, it from like a safety standpoint. I mean, what do you guys think from like a safety standpoint?
Well,
Like,
if he didn't have a way out, then I would argue that he would be in a very dangerous situation, because the drivers in front of him were trying to turn into an exit only. So they were trying to go in the wrong way, both of them.
Yeah, they were totally wrong. Okay. No disputing that. They're totally wrong.
right,
Yeah.
right, correct.
If I couldn't get out of that situation, I would probably be honking to encourage at least the driver in front of me to keep on going, to miss that turn so that we wouldn't get rear-ended. But I would also be probably focusing some attention on what's going on behind me so that I could find a way out, because I wouldn't want to be in that situation to begin with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he does show the rear footage in there, and there was one car behind him that got over and went around, and then there was if I remember right, there wasn't really anybody behind him because everybody coming up saw the situation. They went ahead and merged over.
Changed lanes. Yeah. Yeah.
They all did what he should have done in the first.
I mean, I would try not being caught up in that at all.
Right.
Because my main concern is to avoid getting hit or hitting something else.
Exactly.
So I tend to avoid situations where I could be hit, where there's a higher likelihood of my being hit, rather than focusing so much on avoiding situations where I might end up honking at somebody. I'd rather, because I'm more focused on my safety. Like, for example, dual turns, I think is a good one for everybody to be aware of. Like dual turns, I always position myself in such a way that if the person next to me is going to swing over, they're not going to hit me and I'm not going to hit them. I try to sort of
kind of hang back a little bit.
Position myself in between cars on a dual turn. So if it looks like they might come over, I back off, but I'm still going to honk at them if they come over, just so that they know that they failed that dual turn.
Exactly.
Because I really don't want to get hit. And I've gone 24 years driving, and I've never, aside from being rear-ended in stop-and-go traffic, I've never, been in a collision and don't want to be. Because it is a hassle. Getting in a crash is an absolute hassle. Even the 2 times that I was hit where I wasn't really that badly hurt.
Especially when it totals your car.
Just don't want to go through that.
Don't remind me. My car got freaking totaled. But
I was going to say you were in a worse situation there with that head-on guy.
But it's man, it's like I'm really surprised. Like I just froze. Honestly, I saw it coming. I couldn't do anything, so I was like, you know what? I'm like, just bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm like, bring it on. This is gonna happen. I was like, okay, let's do this.
You may as well relax your body so that if you get hit,
But it's the reason why I wanted to the reason why I wanted to make this live stream was because I know for a long time, in the community, a lot of dash cameras are more focused on the horn.
Right.
Yeah. Well, look at the name of that. If you look at the name of that clip, "New Longest Honk" is what he puts on it.
Worded in such a way that that's a trophy.
Yeah, it's a trophy. Hey, look, I got to honk at somebody for 35 seconds because that's how it is.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the thing that I really analyzed about the video. Don't get me wrong, I watched that video 35 times. To be honest with you, I'm guilty that I overanalyzed it, but I did ask myself, what would I do in that situation?
Right.
I think
that's a healthy thing. I think it's a healthy thing to reflect on yourself. Use other people's examples to sort of analyze it and go, well, what could I do better?
Right. And
that's called self-improvement.
Well, too, it's from a safety standpoint. I want to say I can kind of understand that, maybe a couple honks here and there, but I was just okay, it's you're trying to get them to move, you're trying to get them to go, but the car that was in front of them, they couldn't move because that other vehicle. So,
I would argue though that the driver in front of him should have gone straight. Should have realized, hey, I can't turn in here. I shouldn't turn in here. I'll go straight.
Yes.
So I think that's maybe, at least for me, if I were honking in that situation, I would be honking more for the driver directly in front of me who has the option to then go straight and not try to insist on turning there.
Yeah, well,
right.
That is, of course, assuming that I couldn't get out of that situation.
Yeah, well, in the video, I think he said those 2 cars were together, so I can see that they're trying to go together to the restaurant, or whatever it was. They misread it. Maybe they're new. They're not from this area,
right?
So they turn in the wrong. They think, okay, I can make it in anyway, right? Because I can just make it around this, hard angle exit only, and they couldn't do it, and so they got stuck right there, but. I mean, after you honked for 5-10 seconds, they've got the point already. Right. They already know they screwed up, and they're totally in the wrong. They shouldn't have done what they should have done. But I don't think the one in front of him was going to go ahead and go straight because they were trying to stay together. That's what it looked like, and I think his comment said something to that effect.
Mhm.
So I can get that. At this point, they're just going to try to force their way into this exit, however they have to do it, and it's annoying. But that's why I say, what would I do? Looking at it, I wouldn't have got so close on their bumper, and after honking a little bit, I'd have been looking for a way out. I don't want to be stuck behind these idiots. I'm going to try to go ahead and pass them. When do I have an option? And he did have an option. There was that huge gap that he could have gone around and had been done.
Because you're at a grave risk of being rear-ended there. So your number one priority to be trying to get out of there.
And that's what he complained about it too in the text or whatever in the video. I was afraid of getting hit from behind or something to that effect. It was like, but you're not doing anything to get out of the situation.
Right. There's a great YouTube channel called Active Self Protection, and he's a self-defense expert. He plays surveillance videos. He's even played a few dash cam videos that show attacks or dangerous situations where people actively defended themselves or tried to or didn't, and he offers lessons on what the victim could have done better to prevent that. And he says it all the time in every video. You are the primary agent in your own rescue in any situation where you're in danger. So it's up to you to get out and to find a way out. And so that should always be your number one priority. And your secondary priority, would be alerting others around you. But your primary should be getting the hell out of there in any way that you can, any opportunity that you can.
Yep. So,
yeah.
Yeah, and this is what the DC was saying earlier about cameras wanting to honk. There's several clips I've seen, and there's some cameras in particular. I used to be able to name them, but you would see them. Somebody's going to turn left across their path. You can tell they sped up or did nothing to slow, at least let off the gas, slow down any to make it close so they can, and then honk so they can make it even a better clip just so they can have some content to upload. There's some of them you're just looking at, you going, you're like, yeah, did you really have to do it that way? You look like you pushed it just so you can make it look close.
Yeah, there were a couple I remember that would actually slam on the gas when they were about to be cut off. Who were they? I'm gonna have to think. I think there was one in Edmonton, Alberta, a dash camera up there. I can't watch his videos at all. I mean, yeah, there's another one that comes to mind. I'm debating whether I should say his channel's name or not.
DCE.
No.
No, seriously.
I think it's one we can collectively agree needs to work on his defensive driving skills a lot.
No, I'll be
actually. I think Dallas especially knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'll be completely honest with you guys. I was talking to Dallas before we went live with this, and I am guilty of when I first started dash camming, like the first couple years, I would go out and look for certain situations. I would go out trying to look for trouble. Well, guess what? You go out looking for it, you're going to find it.
Yes.
So I am completely 100% guilty. Like when I first started dash camming, so I wanted to I was like, oh yeah, let me drive around and see what I can get. Oh yeah, let me put myself.
But were you trying to manufacture the clip, or were you just trying to be around areas you knew that were bad and somebody was going to do something stupid?
Yes and no. Sometimes I would try to put myself in a certain situation to where I could be like, oh, it's like, okay, you know what? This is going to be, a good clip. This one's going to get me a lot of views. But again, this was like the first year and a half, 2 years when I was doing this. So
that's it. You done, man. You need to get out of the dash cam community. You need to delete the channel. You're done.
I used to do the same thing actually when I started. I would drive through troublesome areas. I mean, it was partly for my own entertainment because I wanted to see what kind of crap I would see.
Right.
And then now I want to avoid those places because I just don't need that stress in my life. So I just try to stay out of the troublesome areas, but there are certain places where I can't avoid them. when I'm working or doing leisure activities, I have to drive through those areas. Otherwise, I've got to drive like miles and miles around just to avoid them. And so I just kind of like deal with it. And I figure,
feel like
well, if I'm going to encounter it, it's going to go on YouTube, and
Yeah.
that's their karma.
And I feel like you get out of that mindset real quick when you've got a new car.
Say that again?
I feel like you get out of that mindset really quick when you've got a new car versus.
Yeah, I really don't want to get hit. I mean,
It's like, you know what? I actually like this one. So
Yeah. We still got to meet up so I can show you the new car.
yeah.
Yeah, next time
I've
I'm
got
in,
mine too. I'm keeping mine.
I want to see yours as well.
Oh, that's right. You guys are a lot closer
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
to
only
each other than I am.
Bay Area is only like
Well,
an hour away,
Mhm.
I think, from where I am. No, 45 minutes. We almost got to meet. My wife and I went for a hike
Yep.
on Mount Diablo, only a few minutes from where he lives. And we were going to stop by afterwards. And then my wife was really tired and it's like, oh, I just want to go home. It's like, okay, because we can always do this another time.
Right. Yeah, I was good to go, but yeah, I totally understood that.
Yeah, but next time I
100%.
definitely want to make it a point that when I or my wife and I are in, the Concord area, I'd love to come by and meet you.
man, more dash camera meetups.
I know, and I think I was telling DCE, we were talking about Cammy coming out here.
Oh, yeah.
Cammy and Dallas making the rounds out here in California. When they come to visit, you'll have to see if you can come up here too.
No, yeah, definitely.
Do like a dash cam meetup.
Yeah, and then I'll actually probably end up with some SoCal clips. I'll be in SoCal next month for about a week, so I'll probably have a special SoCal segment.
Oh boy, depending on the area, right, Disc? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Are you going to meet up with anybody when you're in SoCal?
No, just we're going down for doing some fun stuff with the kids. So.
Yeah. You guys going to Disneyland?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm trying to surprise the kids. I don't want them to hear anything.
Oh, you don't want to hear it. Yeah. Don't want them to hear it.
But it's a distinct possibility.
Well, if we do a dash cam meetup up here, you'll definitely have to see if you can get some time to come up here.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, going back to the video, like one of the things that I learned from my, I guess you can call him my mentor, my man crush, Nova Dashcam.
Yeah.
Was when I first started, this guy would bash me so hard on my videos. but it was constructive criticism. It wasn't like, what the F are you doing, you freaking idiot?
Was this back when you were T-Bonius Monk?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
I love that name, by the way. I love it. I was
T-Bonius Monk back then, and I couldn't figure out how to upload a video in sad to say, I couldn't figure out how to upload a video in 720p. So this is this is back way back. And
you are an old man if you don't know how to do that. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I believe me, I am. Believe me, I am, man. Like it took me a while to figure out how to.
You can't be much older than me, though.
No, I think you're 2 years older than me. I think
I'm 42.
Oh no! So, all right, yeah, I'm 41. So yeah, you're a year older.
Yeah, I'm way old compared to you.
Yeah. So.
Isn't it past your guys' bedtime? Jesus.
Hey, man. Oh, man. But he, Nova, he would bash me so hard on, like a lot of my captures, like what was this, man? Like, are you serious? Like you uploaded this, or a lot of it had to do with certain captures and editing, and he would always tell me like it was. And I remember a while back, this was years ago, there was one of the things that a camera brought up, and he said that I think it was in his Q&A video, he said the dash cam community like is just too nice to each other. And I'm like, huh. I was like, what does he mean by that? You know, and I guess it's just about, you know, it's like, okay, you know what, this dash camera did this, so I should just agree with them because they're a fellow dash camera. You know, instead of like calling them out constructively and not trying to like, oh, you know, well, create waves. It's just like, you know, when I made a comment on this camera's video, like I wasn't trying to create waves at all. I was just expressing my opinion and being like, hey, like maybe you should have done things a little bit differently. You know, I wasn't disrespectful in any way by any means necessary.
No, not at all.
So I you know, it's, you know, I'm not going to be, you know, it's a freaking troll about it. You know what I mean? But if I see like a fellow camera, like do something that I don't necessarily agree with, or, you know, it's like, I'm going to make a comment about it. Like, hey man, like, why did you do this? You shouldn't have been following this car in front of you. Cause I remember, what's her name? Soul Cow Road Cam. When she did, who was it? A dash camera from New York, had a challenge, a shout out challenge. And, you know, luckily and honorably, like she gave me a shout out and she's like, oh yeah, he's not afraid to like, let you know, like, hey, freaking, you know, why did you do this? Like you should have, you know, slowed it down here, or, you know, and that was one of the things that I took from Nova. That was one of the things that I took from Nova. Like he always gave me that constructive criticism.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Nice.
He always, you know, pushed me to like make my videos better and just, you know, just say,
Was
hey,
it
man.
only editing related things that he criticized you on?
No. He would tell me, he's like, you know, I wouldn't have added this capture. This is kind of just,
Oh, I see.
what did he call it? Like what did he call it? A filler clip.
Ah, right.
Filler clips.
Filler clips, yeah.
And believe me, I was, you know, guilty of those for a long time too. You know, just, oh, let me put this in there just to fill up this space, you know, even though nothing really happened. Cause I don't know about you guys, if you guys like rewatch some of your old videos and you kind of look at them and you cringe and you're like,
Right.
what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, it might be time.
Yeah, my older clips. God dang.
Could be time to do a revisited.
Yeah, when I did that live stream of starting with my very first one and just working through them, yeah, I had a few of those where I was like, okay, I might not have included that if this were now versus 3 years ago or so. So, yeah. But, yeah, as far as being critical to other dash cameras, I'm thinking part of it might be maybe we don't want to come across like some of these other commenters are. Like, you know, we get it all the time that happens every day, or that wasn't that close. You know, the armchair quarterbacks, the Monday morning quarterbacks that we all end up dealing with. And I know I've been sometimes hesitant to be critical because I don't want to come across as one of those people, even though I might have actually something, you know, legit to say. But yeah, I know I've just been like, okay, maybe I'll just not say anything just so I don't want to come across as one of those, because I know I've dealt with enough of those on my own.
Right. You want to be constructive, but you're not sure exactly how to say it without coming.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it
another
can be
Reddit
hard.
or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. My philosophy, just be critical of myself and feature a good personal mistakes chapter in my videos.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when those were a thing. Like that became like the norm for a lot of dash cammers. They would put their personal mistakes at the end. Yeah, yeah.
People do. But gosh, we drive the same areas so much that we don't really make mistakes there so much because we drive it so often.
Right.
Yeah, my camera always glitches out when I make mistakes.
I've actually
my camera just mysteriously turns
That
off,
clip. I don't know.
or the footage gets lost.
My
lost,
camera is
within
allergic to my
quotations.
errors.
File corrupted. What?
Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
I can't believe it.
It goes error 404, file not found.
Oh man. But I don't know if you guys remember, this happened. Oh, this was a while back when Bad Drivers PA uploaded that one video, the destruction of the dashcam community, or like the downfall of the dashcam community. I think it was entitled.
When was that?
This was ages ago, man.
I don't really remember
really
that
long
one.
time ago.
And
Yeah.
I used to watch. I was a devout follower of his videos too, and I don't remember that one.
This goes back a long ways.
Okay.
Because I remember, for a while, I would always try to like keep up with like everyone's dash cam videos. It's so hard for me nowadays, but it's just I would try to find new dash cameras, and Disc is really good at that too. Like he's sent me a couple links to actually one of them's in your area, Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, yeah, you're always looking for like new dash cameras, someone that's coming up, and I've always tried to be like welcoming. I was like, hey, welcome to the club type thing. I mean, even though I know it's not my place to freaking, say any of that stuff, but
I think it is though.
And
You're part of the community. Yes, you're part of the community. You have every.
man.
if you're wondering what the way I like to do things, it's like if anyone's ever asked the question, well, how should I make my episode? My suggestion would be look at Andre's Bad Drivers of Southern California. Try and copy that style, and it's hard to go wrong.
I miss that guy. I miss his videos a lot.
Yeah,
Me too.
My episodes roughly follow that format.
Mm-hmm.
With I try to front load a bunch of good clips and then maybe spread them out a bit, and then near the end have the personal mistakes reel, just like they used to do it.
Wow. Well, it's almost because I remember like way back when because of course it's like I first started watching like the Russian dash cam video. I would hate to drive out there, but and after I stumbled across the Russian ones, that's when I found Nova, and then that's when I found you, Napa, and then I found Andre after that, and that's I was like, oh wow, this is actually pretty cool.
From the Russian ones,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Suka Bulyat.
Oh yeah, that was back then when the community wasn't as big. Like the main heavy hitters,
like 5 of us, I think, back then.
American
dash cameras.
American dash cameras. Yeah. The heavy hitters back in the day were of course Rex.
Right. He was, and by the way, I saw your tribute and it was beautiful. Where did you get the footage? How did you find his interior driving footage where you can kind of see him a little bit in the driver's seat?
You gotta scroll way down about.
I don't know how I didn't see that, because I followed that guy.
It's like 14 years old.
Oh wow!
I want to say it's like.
Does he know you did a tribute?
I made a comment on his most recent video, and like I sent him a link to it, but I mean, he might be busy, you know what I mean? But I just I felt the need to do that just because I want.
Well, he was
actually he's really under the radar. Really?
Oh yeah,
I know. He deserves a lot more recognition, especially since he is the grandfather of our, U.S. dash camming community.
Well, because I remember back in the day when, not back in the day, but I remember Halo made a comment on one of his videos saying, he's like, oh, you know what? This might be the first U.S. dash camera, but there is another dash camera. I believe he's from Utah. He has a avatar with like a T-Rex.
Huh.
And I looked at him, I looked at his channel, and his channel's pretty old. it dates back like almost as far as Rex does, but the way that I date it is when you upload your first, dash cam video. I mean, that's just the way that I look at it.
There was only one other that I think dates even further back from Rex, but only by like a year. But I don't know if I would consider that particular one like a true dedicated dash camera, because he stopped. He only posted videos for like a year, and then Rex came into the picture. So this other dash camera, I don't remember what the channel was called, but he was out of Florida, and he would post mainly just red light runners on a really old potato cam. Oh, disc, yes.
Yeah,
I like his videos. Paul 70s Static.
yeah. I've really gotten into his content as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, I love the multi-camera angles that they've got too.
Yeah, he's very unique that way. I haven't seen any other dash camera mount their cameras where he does.
Yeah, unlike say your situation where you're in the Napa Valley, being in Nebraska, they're kind of out in a place where they're not gonna have to worry about somebody coming after them.
No, I mean, it's pretty rural out there. I mean, as you can see from his footage, it's mostly just farmland. A lot of highways, open farmland. Really not much.
Yes.
Yeah,
so nobody's gonna be like, I'm gonna go out to Nebraska and try and even find them.
No. I mean, he lives in America's heartland, and he restores 70s cars. It's pretty cool.
I've seen some of their machines. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
I like them. The machines.
That was a pretty scary video he uploaded a couple years ago where he blacked out due to a heart issue. He was, and you could see it. You could see his head slump down as he lost consciousness when he was on the freeway. And he was in a 97 Mustang, and he went off the roadway, plowed through a fence, went into a farmer's field, and his foot got jammed on the accelerator. And because it was rear-wheel drive, the way it lost control, he kept making circles through the farmer's field, and he kept hitting posts, but he missed like the telephone poles, which could have killed him.
Oh, wow.
That was really an epic video.
Yeah, that's like one of my worst nightmares is something knocking me out during the drive.
Yeah. That's pretty scary.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
But he was okay. It was easily treatable. The condition he had was easily treatable. He just needed a little bit of medication to raise his blood pressure a little bit. And that's all it took.
Oh, great.
He's been fine ever since. It was just orthostatic hypotension. He had, I guess, low blood pressure issues, which I've had. So I've got kind of low blood pressure at times, so I have to be careful if I stand up too fast. But he was sitting, and it's not, if your blood pressure's too low, you may get into a situation where even if you're sitting, you may lose consciousness.
Yeah, I think I found the video. I posted the link in there.
Oh, cool.
But I think it may be a look back. It's a look back on it.
Yeah. DCE, you may have to, it may have gone into your spam folder because I don't know if it does links. He posted a link to the video I'm talking about.
Oh, let me check.
Yeah, it may have gone into the spam or something because I'm not seeing it.
Oh, let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Sorry, no, I've been watching this one drummer's videos. He always does that. He goes, oh yeah. Pretty cool guy.
Hey, you sing better than I do.
Oh, what is this? Oh, Bad Drivers of the Bay Area. That's from you. What?
I think Dallas posted it.
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, that was probably just me telling you I was available to.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm actually thinking I'm gonna pop out right now. I might be able to come back if you guys are still on later tonight. But
Okay, yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, no, we got about like an hour left. So we try to keep these things only like 2 hours, dude. So
Yeah. Cool.
Well, it's good
thanks for
talking to
having
you,
me.
Bay Area.
Yeah, it's cool. We could all kind of. This is kind of what I've been wanting to do, like a little roundtable discussion of
Yeah,
the five of us. So that's
exactly.
cool.
well, you know what? Let's keep doing it, man. So for sure.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right.
Well,
so you
have a
guys
good evening.
Yeah, you too. You guys have a good rest of the stream,
And I hope I get to meet you soon.
yeah, definitely.
I'll try to plan another trip to Concord.
Cool.
Maybe the next month or so.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
All right, guys. Have a good
All right.
night.
Take care.
Talk to you soon.
All right, let it.
Bye.
What sort of?
So okay. While I try to look for this, let me put up this next. Aha! Here we go.
I found
Okay.
it.
No, I didn't find it.
Oh, hi, Shadow
next,
Lady.
the next banner. Here you go. Do you think the horn is mainly used for this?
To a degree, yeah, I would say.
Like self-expression?
Yes, the audio finger.
The audio finger.
Someone's trying to legislate that as free speech in the state of California, horn use.
I remember you were saying something.
Yeah, group. I think they've already succeeded at least with making it not against the law when you're driving past a protest.
That's crazy. Wow.
All right.
And that's only in Cali. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't see it in the in my spam folder. That's weird.
If you go to
Let's see.
yeah, if you go to Paul, what was it? Paul.
I put it in the private chat. I don't know if you can.
Oh,
If you can
That's
post it
where I
over.
got it.
oh, there it is.
From there.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
see if you can put it in the regular comments since you're the stream master.
yeah. Oops. Oh, let me see. Okay.
A non-American camera. Who would we get?
You need a non-American camera. Jeffrey, I think he's from. Are you in Denmark?
Are you trying to tell us
I want
something?
to say Jeffrey. I may be really confused.
Jeffrey M. He's
Yep.
been around for. My gosh, he's been around longer than me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you from Denmark, Jeffrey? Oh, the Netherlands. Okay. I wasn't too far off. Yeah, we should have him in here.
One of the channels I watch is Module 79L
And he's from where?
from Portugal.
Ah, that's right. That's right. I know he was. I don't know if he's. Yeah, he was following our videos for a while.
Yeah, he drops in
remember him.
here and there.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. Oops. Do this. Ooh.
Yeah, what's interesting is I've noticed some comments about from across the seas. I've noticed how bad the driving can get in Sacramento.
Oh God, the red light running there is insane. There are like 3 or 4 dash cameras in Sacramento, which for anyone listening is only about an hour and 15 minutes from where I'm located. It's bad there. Really glad I don't drive there.
Oops.
I don't care for Sacramento anyway.
Oh yeah,
There's nothing there.
I doubt you're in a hurry to get over there.
It's a big city, but there's just nothing there for me. Like nothing. I mean, there's old Sacramento, which is, a tourist trap.
Yeah, when I was living in San Jose, I took a field trip to the Capitol building.
Yeah. Yeah.
A junior high a field trip. It was quite a long road trip.
Well, we did the same thing in elementary school. We took a field trip there. Actually, we took a field trip to Old Sacramento. It was more like for history class.
The one thing I do like is that there's this nice looking bridge they have in Sacramento that it seems like one of the iconic pieces of the city.
Yeah. No, I don't know. There's nothing really there that appeals to me. If I go out that way, I'm usually in Fairfield. I'm in Fairfield actually quite a bit.
I used to go to Vallejo when it's not called that anymore, but I remember it being called Marine World Africa USA.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I remember when it was Marine World.
Yeah,
Yep.
now it's a Six Flags property.
Yeah, it's been a Six Flags for a while, but I remember back when it was Marine World. And we did that as a field trip too one time.
Oh, yep, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
Yep. And they still have the roller coaster rides, and you can see it from Highway 37.
I remember when I was in San Jose, I was like I asked mother and father, take me to Marine World again sometime. And we actually went there again.
Yeah.
And when we moved back to Huntington Beach, we went to see SeaWorld naturally.
Yeah. Well, the last time we were in Vallejo was when we went to buy the car.
Ah.
Yep. To buy the new car. They've got some pretty good dealerships there. They're not like high pressure or dishonest. They've got some of the better car dealerships in Vallejo in our area.
The way my mother got her next vehicle, we went to Enterprise Car Sales, and we had a very good experience with them.
Yeah.
And we knew it was a rental car, so we knew it was going to have a variable amount of drivers, but they also checked it over before they sold it to us too.
Yeah, that's always good. But poor Vallejo, boy, they've got such a high crime rate.
Oh.
They're just yeah. Well, they went bankrupt a while ago.
That's been an issue in Riverside too. There's some parts that experience intermittent in crimes.
Yeah. Oh, Pleasant Hill. I like Pleasant Hill. Shadow Lady in the comments.
Oh.
Went to Pleasant Hill for her mini.
Oh.
And I like Pleasant Hill.
Here we go. All right. Here. Hold on. Let me there's Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello.
How are you?
A little bit tired, but okay.
What time is it over there?
Yeah, what time is it?
4 a.m.
Wow.
What are you even doing awake?
While watching the stream, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're important. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's
I have to support my
9:82
fellow dashcamers, so yeah.
I recall seeing a channel from someone from the Netherlands. They actually moved out to the Bay Area for a while.
Okay.
And they were getting some quite some clips there.
in the Bay Area.
Oh yeah, I see you got an episode, Bad Drivers of the America.
So, Jeffrey, now that you're on here, let me ask you your opinion about that video. What did you think?
That from the long honk, you mean?
Yes, sir.
It's a little bit too long. I don't know why it honked that long. A short honk was enough, and then just wait.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Right. And spend your time looking for a way to get out from behind them or whatever instead of
Check your phone or whatever.
yeah. Check your phone. Yeah, yeah, plenty of time. Update your Facebook.
Oh man. So okay, let me ask you guys this. Look at this one.
Okay.
I love it.
The honk back.
I'm not wrong. You're wrong.
This
Don't get me started about honking back. No.
In practice, I've never had to do it.
Oh man, yeah.
Are you
that
trying to go
one-
for the screen share?
I don't know if I've ever had a honk back that I can remember, but I don't really honk a whole lot. But no.
Well, I mean, I do more of. I guess you could say. Well, sometimes I do courtesy taps, but again, I'm not going to lay it on for super long. Like, what is your guys' longest honk that you've ever done?
Funny enough,
Oh no, Napa! I remember you told me this. You probably got us beat.
Yeah, I'll go last.
Okay.
my longest honk actually happened this week. I was commuting on Route 91 going back into Riverside through Corona, and what happened was there was this Toyota Tundra that was those drivers that are in the right lane and they're trying to pass everybody. They won't bother using the left-hand lane. Yeah, what happened was they were sort of ducking in and out. They passed around me, and then they changed lanes very close to me, and I could tell they were trying to do something. And then I laid on the horn to let them know. It's like, whoa, buddy, what's up with you?
Wow.
So how long did you honk, do you think?
By 8 seconds or so. It was more amused than upset.
Yeah. I would have to look back through some of my footage, my clips, but I think that one in my last video with the 5 seconds is about my longest. I may have had one closer to 8, but that's about it.
Yeah, like we were saying, it's those bro dozers. We get our share of them around the Inland Empire.
What about you, Jeff?
About 10 seconds or so. I don't know.
10?
It's a long time ago I honked that long.
I think mine was probably around like 10, 11 seconds. It was that rage honk.
Yeah, you say 10 seconds. Is that what you think it was? Because mine in my last video, I thought it was a lot longer when it happened. But then when I played the video back and put a timer on, I was like, oh, it's only 5 seconds. I thought I'd gone longer than that.
It seemed like it was 10 seconds, but all right, Napa, it's your turn, buddy.
Oh God, here we go. Well, I have all you guys beat, and I have you beat by probably 100 times here. But I'm going to plead 24 years old. So this was, let's see, how old am I now? 42. I got to do the math, so I have to figure this out. This is about 18 years ago. So I'm going to plead 18 years ago. All right, so I can't get any shit for this one. I'm immune because it's been long enough, right? Enough time has passed. So here
I still had a lot to learn at that age.
But yeah, same here. And I would never do this again. I mean, this was ridiculous when I look back on it. So you ready for this? I'm not kidding you.
Let's get it.
5 minutes straight.
What?
5 minutes.
You animal.
And I could tell you how many miles it was. The honk went for, let me think here. So I could look this up on a map. So it would have gone for about 3.5 miles. And considering the speed that we were going, under 60, so it would have stretched out to about 5 minutes.
So
single
did it work?
longest.
Did the horn work?
So what did the person do?
Yeah.
We were coming up to a merge. 2 lanes were merging to one. The lanes had already merged, and this lady felt that she needed to get in front of me. So we were, 200 feet past where the lanes had actually merged down to one, and she continued down the shoulder, nearly sideswiped me, and nearly took my front bumper off. And I wasn't too happy about that. So she got to hear my horn for the next 3.5 miles straight until she turned into her driveway. And that was the last time I ever honked that long. My second longest was about a minute straight. And that was around the same period of time. Some idiot. My light was green. I had a green left arrow. I turned left, and the guy went right on when I was just about on top of him. And I had to really slam the brakes. I mean, we almost collided. So I decided he was going to hear my horn for about a minute straight. And then it's been years since I've had a honk over 10 seconds. I mean, you can go back and look through my videos, but I think it's been a few years since I've had any honk over 10 seconds. I just don't honk like that anymore. But I was young and I guess a little bit moody when people would just about destroy my car. Now, did you guys see the video that I posted a few days ago of that lady who couldn't handle traffic in front of her? And she...
Oh, yeah.
One of her honks was about 8 seconds or 10 seconds. And she just kept laying on the horn. Did you guys see that one?
What? I gotta check that one out. What?
That made my day.
If you want, I can post a link up there for anyone who hasn't seen it. And this was probably the most extreme case of when really not to use your horn because you're stuck in traffic, so there's really nowhere for anyone to go. But yet they choose to just lay on the horn and stress everybody out. And she kept flipping people off too. She kept flipping people off and kind of swerving. So if you want, I can post the link up.
Yeah, go ahead and show that.
One of my most epic clips, I'd have to say. This was just it was Monday I filmed that one when I was driving out at the coast. So I'll go ahead and post it up here. I don't know if it'll... Yeah,
I commented she's going coastal.
She's gone coastal. I know. I love that. That was a good one. All right. DCE, did my link just show up in the sidebar?
I don't see anything in there.
So you might have to then go to our channel and then go to our...
Guess what?
May have to do it that way. And
Clueless Drivers of South Carolina had an upload in a long while.
No, it didn't show up. That's weird.
Huh, that's...
I was wondering where they've been.
Yeah, it probably went to spam or it just didn't post. You might also have your stream set up to where it doesn't accept links.
Yeah, I think... let me see something real quick.
Yeah.
Automatically add share screens videos. Yep.
Bluetooth connection.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it probably got filtered out. So if you wanted to...
let me see. Yeah, looks like it did. Oh man.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth carried.
Yeah, it's a pretty gnarly video.
Oh man.
It goes right along with the discussion about when not to honk.
Oh well. Was the lady was it like a windy road or?
It was. So there was no reason to get all upset because we weren't going slow. We weren't going slow. It was reasonable speed for that road, and there were cliffs, around us too, at times because we were driving Highway 1, the Pacific Coast Highway.
Oh. So it's all windy. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, was she able to pass? Was she able to...
No.
Hey, I put it in there. You can play that.
Thank you, sir.
No, she came to a point where she could, but it wasn't legal. If you play it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay, here we go, guys. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Let's get it.
You're about to meet a crazy lady who needs to lay off the drugs. This incident gets more and more intense as the video goes on, so keep watching to the end. From what I could tell, it all starts when this guy suddenly slams the brakes for no apparent reason, and the lady honks. Right, so the first honk, no big deal. No big deal. But then, she becomes pissed that he's not driving faster. He's not driving unreasonably slow for the type of road that this is. But she keeps laying on the horn, and at times, swerving like she's going to pass illegally. There's more honking. Not going fast enough, I guess. Then she starts flipping off the traffic in front of her.
I don't think anybody can see her hand out the sunroof, really.
No. It's a little more clear further into the video, but...
That was a long haul.
I have no idea. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. She flips them off again. Yeah, the angle kind of obscures her little finger. You can see her arm going up.
Huh.
This is the longest honk here. It's like almost a full 10 seconds.
She's warning them not to run over the squirrels.
I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Once again with the finger.
Wow.
Right, see the finger a little better now.
That must be one loud horn. I mean, that's.
Well, what I did was I rolled both windows down after the guy succumbs to her rage and pulls over. She flips him off, of course, as she goes by. But I had the windows rolled down, and the audio's actually from the rear camera. The rear camera picked up the honking better than the front camera did.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now we're in an even longer line of traffic, yet she thinks honking and being ragey will make traffic just disappear.
How can you drive like that? Come on.
I don't know. Once again with the finger.
Yeah, what's the point?
It's such a beautiful road. It's like, why get so upset? They're not even going slow.
Wow.
See, there's one of the cliffs driving by here. I mean, the van driver in front of her was so calm. This lady's crazy.
Get out of my way. I'm the most important one on the road.
And now she's like waving her middle finger. The guy in the van flips her off back.
She's getting some R
Now
and
the
R.
finale. Here she goes for an illegal pass on a partially blind curve.
Uh-oh.
That's crazy.
Here's her moment. You can see that's, blind crest right there. And off she speeds. Good thing another car wasn't coming around. You really got to wonder what the thought processes of the people who act like this are. Yeah, Darklink, that's a good point you bring up. I did post a video similar to this. One of our very first videos. BMW driving like that, honking and all right, guys.
I like.
This one was more dramatic though than the BMW video.
Wow, that
Isn't that
was
something?
Wow. Sheesh.
I mean, what's going on? Is it drugs? Is
maybe
the lady having some sort of other mental breakdown? What's the deal?
Maybe she just had somewhere she had to be. I don't.
Or she's having a really bad period.
I don't know.
Or just getting some R&R or road and rage.
Road and rage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Getting comments about it in the.
Hey, it's Nova. Nova's showed up.
Yeah, I know, dude. I saw. I was like, oh, what?
Oh, I was thinking that. I'm like, good thing that lady had me behind her, not anybody else who might have been tempted to pit maneuver her off one of those cliffs. Seriously.
When? No, sorry.
Because the whole time I'm behind her, I'm thinking, if it was an unstable person behind her, she could have been off that cliff very easily.
Oh man.
Like Shannon CVPI, this other YouTuber who actually intentionally hit somebody with his police interceptor.
Funny enough, Clueless Drivers of South Carolina just uploaded a similar clip just now.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, not so much the honking, but a similar concept of somebody raging in a rental.
Clueless. You said Clueless Drivers of
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
Rental. It's called rental car.
Oh, there it is. Oh, except this person's behind him.
Then they eventually get into the front.
Oh my god!
Spoiler alert! Come on, man.
People have gone so crazy.
Well,
I'm witnessing it more and more. I've seen customers in stores flipping out now. And good thing I had my body cam rolling.
Ooh. Wow.
I wear a body cam when I go out in public because of that.
And yeah, I'm noticing. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like I'm noticing a higher incidence of crashes on the highways in SoCal now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially like with all the shootings that I've been hearing about.
Oh yes, there was somebody, some prankster with a BB gun was hitting out somebody's windows.
Dang.
And then
That's crazy.
And then there was a really bad one where a motorist opened fire on a vehicle and killed someone's child. I'm sad to say.
Oh yeah, that's been in the news here too.
Oh, that was like, I saw that one and I was like, what? Whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, so obviously there's a big manhunt for the person that did it.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so I got one more banner. So, what do you guys think of this? Here you go.
Angry honk versus courtesy.
True. This like go back to that courtesy tap video I did.
Oh, the one with
with the
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What? We're talking about a courtesy tap that doesn't involve scissors.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we all do an angry honk at some point.
True that.
True.
And especially after you give a courtesy one, and then you have to angry honk to get them to move. I guess most of my angry honks come during the cutoff. It's kind of like, yeah, what are you doing? But talking about the courtesy ones, well, I don't know if they're, like I say, Rhode Island. If you watch Rhode Island dash cam, he honks a lot, like a lot of stuff, but it's always a tap. He has very few of the longer, angrier honks. It's just a boop boop or a boop. Because and I was talking about this. We said this earlier. He honks at people in front of him that don't use a signal. So they're halfway off the road going, and he honks because he drives a lot of two-way roads. And it's just, I think it's a culture thing there where he's from, but it's a tap. It's not a super angry type of a thing. around here, mine falls somewhere. I mean, besides the green lights that are courtesy taps, mine falls somewhere in between. I think.
Yeah. Dallas, have you noticed an uptick in crazy behavior in general, like either on the road or in stores?
No, I haven't. I'm not on the roads much at all. When I am, I mean, I still see the crazy, stupid drivers. I get clips every time I go out on the road, but nothing that wasn't, since like 2019 and before. Nothing different, and
Right.
nothing in the stores. We don't have any crazy freak out people over masks or any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen any of that, but I've been cut in line more than usual, to the point where even the clerk like called out the person cutting in front of me in line, and some other guy trying to return something without a receipt, and he wanted his money back instead of a store credit, which is basically against policy at every store I know of, and just general weird, bad, disturbing behavior.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say I've seen anything like that.
I'm noticing in traffic when people are encountering traffic, I'm noticing more people, figuratively and literally fly off the rails trying to get around it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
mean-
there has been a lot more people on the road. Like I've been noticing a lot more people out on the roads now, because I've been extremely lucky and fortunate to where like I've been working through this whole pandemic. So yeah, I have noticed there's been a lot more people going back to work now. So
Now
yes.
the economy's coming back. One person has theorized that the increase in crazy behavior on the road is attributed to the fact that people have gotten used to the roads being empty. Now all of a sudden they're not, because the economy's coming back, and people aren't they're not readjusting to traffic again very, very easily.
Oh yeah.
So they're going mental.
It's
And of course, people have developed, throughout the pandemic, being a stressful time, losing work, the amount of alcoholism has gone up. The rate of alcoholism and other, substance abuse, and now you have more people addicted, going nuts, and it's just kind of a recipe for disaster.
oh yeah. Yeah, I'm noticing hospitality is starting to really, really open up around here too.
Oh, you mean like hotels, restaurants?
Restaurants, hotels,
Yeah.
and the related fun.
Leisure.
Yeah, so it's
Venues.
gonna be interesting. Like though, so you're gonna have a mix of the locals that are upset that the traffic is returning, and then you got the tourist drivers too.
Right. Our tourism is booming right now in the Napa Valley. It's crazy.
I imagine.
It's like after a year of people being cooped up, and all of a sudden they want to make up for it. So we've got tourism in droves right now. So of course we have an uptick in car accidents, drunk driving, because obviously we're right in the middle of the wine industry here. Wineries, wine tasting, and what Napa Valley is known for. And
Yeah,
we've got a lot of drunks on the road.
I kind of feel like I moved out to almost the country where you are, except it's oranges with us.
Oranges, that's your industry?
Yeah, Riverside historically was big into orange.
You have a lot of breweries down there, don't you?
I would bet, yeah.
huh.
Yeah, and historic Victoria Avenue. That's like one of there's all kinds of so many orange groves. You even see them alongside the sidewalks.
DCE, what's the main industry where you are?
Oh gosh, man. There's breweries. There's freaking. There's a lot of hotels. They've been putting up a lot more condos, apartments that people can't afford.
Well,
But it's the cost of living is just absolutely ridiculous.
I think
Like,
part of the problem with that is California does mandate a certain amount that each county, based on its population, has to provide a certain number of new housing units every year.
Oh,
And Napa County can't keep up
and
because we
Thing
don't have a
about-
lot of extra land.
the thing
It's all-
about
it's all
Riverside,
vineyards.
and the thing with Riverside, going back to DCE, a lot of people from San Diego are moving out here too. So, and you've also got people from LA and Orange County moving in. So, interesting blend of drivers here coming all around.
Yeah. Now, Dallas, I'm curious. Do you deal with a lot of California drivers on your roads?
Well, I would say I've seen more California plates than usual.
Yeah.
I know
They're
Texas
all
has
escaping from there.
Texas is talking
Exodus.
about all that.
There's been a major exodus out of California due to the wildfires, the politics. I mean, they're trying to
laws,
recall our
yeah.
governor.
Uh,
I haven't really been keeping up on that news. I don't know how that's going, but
well, it's yeah. They. I remember. Was it? I don't know if it was a meme, but they said the governor of Arizona said they wanted to build a wall around the Arizona border to keep all the Californians out.
I love it. If I was Governor Ducey, right?
Oh,
Guess I won't be seeing the
Yeah.
Grand Canyon.
I would probably be making the same jokes, honestly. Be like, yeah, let's keep the
Yeah.
Californians out.
It's like,
'Cause I'm not really liking what California's become. In fact, my wife and I want to move the hell out of here. This isn't the California we knew.
well, no, it's changed a lot over the years. I've had so many of my friends have moved out of state. They went to like South Carolina,
Yeah.
Texas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know. I'm just there are a lot of things we're not pleased with. The politics have gotten a little too extreme here, and we want to move to a state that's more centrist, that isn't like to one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
Somewhere that's politically kind of neutral, It's just, and the wildfires and the cost of living, like everything. It's just everybody wants to live here. Well, I mean, maybe not so much now, they're like leaving, but it's just it's just not I don't know. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think I don't know. We're just not happy here anymore.
Isn't the big draw about California like the weather?
The weather, that's the yeah. And
But
being
then everything
close
else
to water.
is just
Everything else has
terrible.
become shit.
No,
Yeah, the
yeah.
fires, the crowding.
Yeah.
We've got some of the most aggressive drivers in the nation here. Not the most, but some of the most, and just the crowding and the attitudes, and again the politics and cost of living and stuff. And we're just ready to get the hell out of here.
Well, but since you brought that up, Napa, where do you guys think some of the worst drivers are in the U.S.? Jeffrey, if you're still there, where are some of the worst drivers in
New
where you're
York.
at?
New York is home America for me, and here it's Amsterdam. Because I drove in New York and they cannot drive.
Yeah.
They cannot drive.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You've seen my videos I made from New York, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay, I messed
remember
up
that.
there myself too, but I'm a tourist. I can do that.
Well, you have an excuse for sure. Yeah. Oh,
man.
speaking of that, when y'all see out of state play somebody messing up and they're from out of state, do y'all give them a little more leniency, a little more of a pass? I
Yes.
usually do. I'm kind of like, oh, you don't know where you're going. Okay.
Yes, I do. I'm
Yeah, a
guilty
little
of that. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't used to, but now, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some things there's no excuse for, right? Drift on your phone, drifting out of your lane into my lane. That don't matter where you're at. But if you're looking, you're missing your exit, or you're trying to find your exit, and you're slowing down. I get that, but I get it. Where in
Yeah.
Napa, where you are, you got all those tourists that are sightseeing while they're driving down the road.
Exactly. And it's like it's certain universal things that you shouldn't screw up anywhere, whether you're familiar or not. Like, again, basic things like don't run the red light, stop at the stop sign, stay in your lane, don't fail the dual turn. Just things where the lane markings are very clear and you shouldn't be screwing those up. And don't be stopping on the highway looking for which winery you want to go to next. If you're lost, pull over.
Pull over, exactly.
We locals do get frustrated with that, and I'm definitely
Pull
not
over.
the one on that. You talk to any local napkin. See, we're colloquially referred to as napkins, napkins. So we call ourselves napkins. It's just it's just a play on words. It's just a cheesy play on words. But we get a little bit fed up with kind of like the inside joke we all have about tourists stopping in the middle of, the highway where the wineries are, going, oh, I don't know which winery I want to go to next. Where should we get drunk at next?
Yeah.
And then they're driving more drunk. So,
wow.
we do take into account, especially in the smaller towns where people are looking for, the restaurant that they want to turn into and they don't know where it is. I definitely have more leniency with that sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh.
We just go with the flow. If they keep hitting the brakes and they keep stopping in the road like the 10th time, then it's time to probably honk and be like, yeah, pull over and let the line of traffic go by.
No, well, see, that's what when I remember when my wife and I, we actually we drove through your neck of the woods, Napa.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, looking, I was like, oh, I remember this spot. I was like, uh-oh.
From the video.
I'm like, I was like, we better drive careful.
Yeah.
We better drive careful. Otherwise, we're going to end up on a video, man.
Uh-oh.
And she's like, oh, well, you already put me on your video. So it's I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. But just driving through there. I mean, it was pretty simplistic. And, if we would get lost, we would always like pull over in like a parking lot or, pull off to the side of the road. It's just like, okay, I don't want to impede the flow of traffic behind me.
No, there are plenty of places to pull over.
It's just like, oh, slow down. It's like, no, there's people, we've drivers behind us.
We generally have pretty wide shoulders here. People do pull over, and they pull over to take pictures of the vineyards and the mustard flowers that come up every February. So it's not like there aren't places to pull over if you're lost or if you don't know which winery you want to get plastered at next. But God, even the wineries are potentially in trouble with our worsening wildfires, because we did lose a few wineries in our last round of wildfires. But it's interesting. In different parts of the country do have worse drivers than others, but sometimes even in different ways. Like I've seen in Dallas's videos that drivers there are very aggressive. They may be a combination of cluelessness and aggressiveness. Drivers who do know what they're doing wrong, but they do it anyway. And at least in our neck of the woods, it's mostly drivers who are clueless rather than doing things on purpose.
Right.
But then you get down into other parts of the Bay Area where it's more aggressiveness than cluelessness. People are cutting you off on purpose, being douchebags because they don't care about the rules of the road or what they should be doing correctly. So our country is so big that we do have a huge diversity in driving styles, driving cultures.
No, see, and that was the other thing too. Like, that I wanted to say is like every place is different. When it comes to the driving culture, that's because I don't want to. Again, I don't want to, just be we're the judge and jury on this. Like, no, it's it's all about just having this discussion, you know,
Yeah.
it's not trying to, you know, freaking, oh, let me freaking corner this person or freaking, it's just giving honest opinions about, you know, stuff that, you know, that we watch. And
Oh yeah.
you know what? I think, you know, if we can continue this, I think it would be a really good thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Kind of reevaluate ourselves, the
Oh,
community in general, and because you know it comes down to, you know, we're always striving to improve ourselves, or at least we should be.
right.
Yeah.
And, you know, and for me, it's just like, cause I told Dallas this, like, if I'm acting like a complete, you know, jackass behind the wheel and I upload it, like any one of you, feel free to freaking call me out and just say, hey, dude, like
The honesty's
you
good.
You should have handled this differently.
Well, I can rely on Cammie to do that because she'll send me a text if I screw up. I'll get a text from her, and she'll tell it like it is. And I appreciate having a friend who will do that, who's not afraid to say so. You know, and you know, so that's good. And again, I'm hoping that she and Dallas can make it out here and visit us, and we can do a little meetup.
Well, because remember, I was telling you guys earlier, that's what Nova did to me, like the first, you know, couple years, and, you know, saying, hey, you need to improve on this. You need to do this. You need to do this. You know, he was always laying
Did the suggestions involve driving itself?
Some of them, yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Like the captures, like, hey, I wouldn't put that in one of my videos. You know, it's like, I probably would have done this differently. I don't see an infraction with this. It's like, but it was all constructive. It was never, you know, like, what the F are you doing, dude?
Right.
You know, I think the harshest comment that I got from Nova was, it was about a couple clips that I put in one of my videos. And then, of course, it was about the video quality. He's like, I couldn't even watch this video because it was so pixelated.
Which pixel's the car cutting you off? Oh, I think it's that pixel there.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But and at first I was just kind of like, dude, what? I was like, what is this guy's problem, man? I was like, I was like, dude, what are you? But then I look back and I'm like, you know what? He's right. I was like, why did I add this? Why did I was like, oh man, yeah, the quality's terrible. You know, and he pretty much just said minimum 720p, get on it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you.
Oriented.
No, dude. I could not tell you how shattered I was at first by that comment. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, here.
As a user, when you look at a video and it's garbage quality, like you watch some of these crash channels and they'll accept some quality. It's horrible. I'm like, man, it's a good thing there's a massive wreck in here, else I wouldn't see what's going on. So, you know,
True.
I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad, you know, people are telling you to keep your video quality up because that helps the whole production.
You got one pixel crashing into the other pixel.
Oh, dude, you know, yeah. Some of those are so bad, or it's kind of like the audio. Like, I don't know if you guys like watch video like with headphones on. Like one video will be like super low, but then the next video it'll be
is like really loud,
just blaring. And you're like,
That's one thing I'm really big on personally. Like when I'm editing, the very last step in my editing process is I go through and I make sure that all the audio levels are basically normalized. Normalizing just means that you don't have one clip or one section that's way louder than another.
Oh yeah.
I try to make sure that it's pretty much evened out throughout the whole thing between the music, the sound effects, the voiceover, and the dash cam audio.
Yeah, I try to do the same thing because there's some videos I watch where they have the intro music, and it's like blasting, so I crank it down, and then now I can't hear the rest of the video because I was like, come on, at least level that out.
There was one dash camera, I don't remember who it was, so they don't have to worry about getting embarrassed here. And this was a long time ago. There was one dash camera that had he'd play his whole compilation, right? His whole compilation would be at one volume, and then his outro, not the intro, but the outro at the very end was like 20 times louder, and it would hurt my ears. I had to always remember to pause the video or turn the speakers, turn the volume down right before his outro because it was so loud. Somebody could have sued him for hearing damage. Not literally, but it was bad. It was so bad. I finally said something to him. I said, you really need to be mindful of that extreme volume difference between the main body of your video and the ending of your video. Because it was bad. I've never seen anything like that. Now, how do you not notice something like that when you're editing?
Yeah. Well, it might be, one of the things I learned from Nova was to do test renders. And I probably do that way too often. But like if I'm ready to upload a video, what I do is I upload it private first, and then I view it on YouTube, and it's coming through like my speakers. But then I'll plug in the headphones to see if I got like the levels correct, because some of the clips I do have to adjust the audio in them. So, and I've caught myself so many times where I was like, oh my God, this freaking clip is way too loud. It's going to blow someone's freaking eardrums out if they're using headphones.
Yeah. You don't have to be, no one has to be obsessive about it. Like, just as long as it's not like an extreme difference. If there's a little bit of a difference, no big deal. It's mainly for the sake of not killing someone's eardrums when they've turned the volume up because they can't hear your clip. So because sometimes clips will come through a little bit on the quiet side, so I'll boost the volume and lower the ones that are higher. I've got like this system that I've got. And then the other thing you have to balance is if you do voiceover, you have to make sure that they can hear what you're saying if you have background music playing in the background, that the music's not too loud. And that's another common mistake that I've even seen on professionally done commercials on TV where, wow, I can't hear what that guy's saying because the background music's like way too high.
3 dB below the point, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it clipping. But
yeah,
I even looked at there's software that I can get or a plug-in to my editor that will level the whole thing, right? It'll go through and make sure it's all about the same level.
Yeah.
So but I was like, it's not worth it. It costs too much. So I like you said, I just play it and listen and go, okay, it sounds about right.
Yeah, I just do it manually.
Yeah. Another thing on production quality. Have you seen people that haven't figured out how to use these YouTube end cards and they slap them over the top of their last clips and stuff?
Yeah, and you can't see what's going on. It covers up the main elements of your video. I've seen that.
God.
You have to be careful about where you're placing them.
It's so simple.
Well, I don't know. Well, one of the other things I hate is like, the ads on YouTube. Why do they always place them in the most critical spots in some of the videos?
Well, you can put them where you want them to go. There's if you click on monetization, it'll bring you to your main monetization page where you can select what type of ads will play, and then there's a link you can click that says manage mid-roll ads, and if you click on that, you can select where your ad breaks are, and you can get it down to the millisecond. It's pretty cool. They used to be a little glitchy at first, and now they've got it down to where you can put the ad exactly where you want it to go.
Yeah. It's called ad block. Just wanted to say that.
Well, I got it. Believe me, I got it. I got it on my PC, but on my phone, I need to download that for my freaking phone, because every time I'm like watching a video or something, like I always get the same ad. It's like, did you know the average adult has 10 to 20 pounds of toxic poop
in their
system?
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, like, really? Or the Bitcoin one. And I'm like, oh my God,
like,
dude.
Does a toxic poop commercial does another one that always pops up and says something about this if you grow this bacteria in your gut, you can get bigger balls or some weird crap, some gimmick.
Oh, man.
That same hipster guy just pops up all the time. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. Well, I was like, why is it always the same ad? Like, I don't get it.
So what they do is they gear the ads. The ads that you see are partly based on the type of content that you're viewing, but it's also based on your viewing history too. So it's just, I don't know. I guess that one advertiser wants to be on top of all others, so you tend to see the same commercials, and they're always the most annoying commercials too.
It's just way too annoying. I don't know. It kind of seems like YouTube is just gone.
In some ways, yeah.
I don't want to say south, but it seems
It's gone east.
It's changed freaking drastically so much. It seems like it's almost like when a new cell phone comes out, like every 6 months, like, YouTube's got to do something, completely different because
their motto is, if it ain't broke, break it.
Well, I was telling Dallas, like, when I didn't upload, like, for the longest time, I go back in and there's all these extra freaking things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, kids could watch it. Let me click that. All right. And then I save it and then no one can make any comments. And, like, I told Dallas, I was like, what the hell is going on with this thing? He's like, dude, you stupid old man. He's like, has it been that long since you uploaded something? He's like, no, if you click that, he's like,
I don't recall saying that comment. I really don't recall saying that.
I could hear it in the tone of your voice. You're like, come on, man, what are you doing?
I just noticed I'm the only one that didn't use my nickname or channel name on screen.
Yeah, you're terrible.
I'm terrible.
I thought you were trying to be funny. I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's an overused line, but I just had to.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people get that.
Hey, DC, Jeffrey asked us to watch a video. If you want me to, yeah, I can cue it up. Jeffrey, you still want us to watch that? You still there?
Yeah, cue it up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, cue it up, man.
All right, give me a second.
22. Oh, Dashcam. Just so you guys know, Dashcam Andy is in here.
Ah.
DCA. Yep. So is Win Dashcam. I gotta check.
You got quite a good turnout.
Oh, 14 freaking, people viewing. Hey, you know what? That's better than nothing. You know what I mean? So
it's better than 13.
All right, Jeffrey, you want to start at like 6:58 where your mess up is?
Yes.
It's okay. Right there.
I think I got it queued up. If you pop it down.
Okay, here we go.
Don't judge me, please. After
there it is.
What? No, what is it?
Is this Jeffrey's clip?
Yep.
Yeah, it's mine.
Okay, yeah, I seem to remember this one. Whoa!
Oh boy!
Damn!
You noob!
Noob.
Oh,
I see.
I was following him. He knows the road there, but he messed up also. So yeah.
That was really bad.
But then again, I was a tourist, okay?
Oh.
Yes, you have the tourist exemption.
Yeah. And I was driving with Virginia plates also, so yeah.
Oh shit! What the fuck is?
Watch this too. Watch this too.
Oh my god! Where'd those barrels come from?
Hey Dallas, what are your? Oh god!
Hey, those are barrels. Those are not cones.
Get it right.
Right, barrels. Oh my god!
Well, it's a part of their legion.
Yeah.
But that morning they were fine. They were in the middle of the road. But the policeman there did nothing. Yeah.
So I thought I saw Orlando
That it?
dash cam in
Oh,
there.
there you go. Nice
Yeah,
flag.
that,
No,
he
yeah,
was there.
yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
Was he the one that used to dash cam in the Detroit area?
I
There was
don't.
one that
mm,
used to dash cam in the Detroit area and then moved to Orlando and changed his name to Bad Drivers
No,
of
he was
Orlando
from Michigan.
or Michigan.
Michigan, yeah, Michigan. Now he's
Well,
in
yeah,
Orlando.
Detroit's in Michigan, but
Well,
it's like
yeah.
a suburb of Detroit.
Yeah, he went there probably 3 times. But
What was it?
No, yeah. No, I think he's in. I think he's in Florida now.
Yeah,
he's
is
in
he still dash
Orlando.
camming? Does he
No,
still?
he's desk camming, but not uploading anymore.
Oh, he's
like
not
me.
uploading anymore. He hasn't for some years now.
No,
I'm
a lot
still
of-
I'm still desk camming, but I don't have the time to edit stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dallas. I don't know if you remember me telling you we used to have not live streams, but like chats with each other. This is Jeffrey. This is one of the guys that was in those chats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Echo.
Oh my goodness! Look who popped in here.
I'm back. I've been listening in the other room.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, Rhode Island's here.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey there,
You got a
Coffee
story
Cake.
for us?
Hey, what are you doing, huh?
How you doing?
You got us a story, huh? Oh, yes. Good old Rhode Island dash cam.
Yep.
That's interesting. You know, from reading videos, Scotty Kilmer moved out to Rhode Island.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I saw some videos about him getting.
I thought he just moved to Tennessee.
Yeah, he moved. He did, but then if I'm following it right, he moved to Rhode Island. Then
Yeah.
he sort of like went back to the area he used to be in.
Yeah, I haven't really watched his videos. His are all clickbaity and everything now, and I kind of stopped watching them.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how a lot of his videos would be like this. Like some of them would be like, "I quit already,"
Wait, who?
or something like along the lines of. So let me see, find a video here.
SoCal is a scientist? Are you a scientist?
Uh-oh.
Rhode Island says that SoCal is a scientist. Are you a scientist?
No, not officially.
What are you unofficially?
I work hospitality.
You do sound like that astronomer. I cannot remember his name, but we pointed it out to you a long time ago. Do you remember?
I remember that one.
Yeah, I mean, your voice is sounds just like him.
Wait. Sounds like who?
So SoCal's voice sounds, and the way he speaks, his inflections, everything sounds exactly like an astronomer who has been on TV frequently as a guest speaker on different shows, like on the History Channel, Discovery Channel. The guy that wears a Hawaiian shirt. I don't know. I don't remember his name. I'll have to look that up. And then if you play a video with him in it, you'll see that his voice is identical in the way he speaks. His last name is Filipenko. Astronomer Filipenko. Is that F-I or P-H? I don't know if that's... this... Put in astronomer and I start spelling it out and it wants to spell out Filipino, but it's Filipenko. F-I-L-I... See if this is the right one. Here it is. Filipppenko. Alex Filipenko. Play any video where he's talking and he sounds exactly like SoCal. It's uncanny. It's crazy.
DCE has a link for you, Rhode Island dash cam.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I just want to see if I'm allowed to share that link.
Did you hear him
see.
talking?
Oh no, I sent him it's Bad Drivers on Dashcam, aka Napa, an evolution of bad drivers of Napa Valley. That's what Nova asked. Yeah, I sent Rhode Island a link.
Oh
So
yeah.
It eventually became Bad Drivers Caught on Dashcam.
Yes, that's
So-
correct.
So
I'm the same guy.
So Dallas, yeah, this is yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna go way over the time, bro.
Yeah, I see that.
So and you know what? This is a good thing, dude. I think this is awesome, man.
We're gonna find a short clip with this
Yeah, I guess
guy.
Rhode Island finished
Yeah.
up his Ubering.
Well, see, oh man, I've been trying to freaking like get him on
I
a
know.
freaking stream, man, for the longest time, dude. Because, oh man, his very first videos that came out were just it completely floored me. Like that one video when he pretty much like, it's like, oh, I see all these dash cameras. They go, oh, I will not tolerate any freaking mean comments in the freaking comment section. You will be banned. He's like, well, guess what? Welcome to Rhode Island. I'm like, oh yeah,
That's right.
yeah, dude. I was
Hey,
that's what's up,
DC,
man.
I'm posting a link.
How come I can't see any of the?
Yeah, usually
This is weird.
when I'm on I Hate Diet Cola's live stream, he just shares the link in chat because we don't have a lot of people around. But I imagine you want to sort of be discreet.
If you play the link, if you're able to find it, DCE, you'll swear it's SoCal. You'll
Oh,
swear they're the
geez.
same guy. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I see the.
Oh, here we go.
That's
Hold on, guys.
Oh,
Yeah, what's kind of funny is he
You guys hear me?
he kind of looks like
Yeah,
me if
how you
if
doing?
I was 10 years older.
Hey,
hey,
What's
how
up,
you
guys?
Oh,
doing?
we are. There's
What's going on, guys?
oh,
Island
Dash
man.
Cam.
There he is. No, the famous freaking Rhode Island dash cam.
I put
Oh,
the
yeah.
wrong name in.
Yeah, what's that? Fix that.
How do I fix it? Oh, I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can edit the name, and you can even add your avatar too.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I do Uber once in a while, but I don't like to put too much information on my channel because it's
Yeah,
Rhode Island is very small, but I work for the public transit. I drive a big bus. That's what I do for work.
Oh, cool.
yeah.
So I'm
I
the
know what I
asshole
can
in
do.
the bus that cuts everybody off. I'm one of those guys, you know.
Oh,
Hey, DCE, what if I email you the link? I could email it to you.
No, yeah, go for it, man.
Okay. It's uncanny.
You
Yeah,
know,
to me-
it's funny because when they
There you
train
go.
you to drive a public bus, they tell you have to be a bully on the road. Like that, if you don't drive like that, nobody's gonna let you go. It's just, it's kind of fucked up, but that's what they tell you to do.
yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, man. I send it to you.
Okay.
hey, Rhode Island, do y'all have a law there if the bus is pulling away from a stop that the car is supposed to stop and let them out?
No, so in Rhode Island, they just go over to double yellow, so you just keep going.
Okay.
Rhode Island is so corrupt, dude. It's just fucking so fucked up,
Wow.
dude.
It's just what you call corrupt, we might call freestyle.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've got a few stories about driving for public transit, but I won't put those on my channel.
Hey kids, welcome to story time.
Yeah.
No, Rhode Island. That was so original. The way that you do the story time. Oh man.
I just did it one day, and people are like, "Oh, you got to keep making those." I was like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah,
Yeah.
every
yeah.
channel's got to have their own signature like that. That's what I say.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rhode Island, you sound just like my buddy Bob, man. You bring back a lot of good memories of him.
Is he Italian?
He was like half Italian, half he was like half Italian, half Mexican. He dude, great guy. Same accent. You sound just like him, man.
The funny thing is that I'm not Italian. I'm actually full-blooded Portuguese, but people in Rhode Island and they in New York and they sound like this, but yeah, I'm not Italian. I was just banging Cathead Crack, you know. I was fucking pretty good.
How was it? Is she gonna start behaving herself on the road?
Oh my
after
god, Cathead Cracky. I mean, cat. I always fuck that up. Cat. Wow,
Crackhead.
Cathead Cracky. Well, she may as well be cracky.
Oh shit.
It's just gotta. The harder you bang her, the happier she'll be for longer and won't be flipping out on the roads. Right?
Oh my! Oh wow!
Did I just say that out loud? I did.
Is your wife there? Your wife's a fucking funny. She'd be yelling in the car with you and shit. That cracks me up.
He's talking about you, sweetie. Yes, she says thank you. Because it's true. It's so
She
true.
says thank
She'd be
you.
yelling at people too. Yeah, my wife's part Italian, so
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't realize what I was marrying into when, with all the yelling and the hand gestures and all the F-bombs. There's so many F-bombs in her family. It's crazy. Even her grandma doesn't have a filter on her mouth. Her grandma's 90 and she curses like a sailor. It's really funny to watch an old lady like that just curse up a storm.
Well, that's interesting. Funny enough, my mother's Italian. She's the Italian side of my family. They're not really into swearing.
Oh, well, what part of Italy are they from?
Back a few generations, they came from a combination of Abruzzi and Sicily.
Some very calm part of Italy.
Yeah, I guess so. Italy is like very, depending on what region of Italy you're from, it can be a very different ballgame.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, Italians are very similar to Portuguese culture.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
Well, Rhode Island, like, since you're here, man, how did you get into dash camming? I'm really curious, man.
You actually the first one. Was it you or Napa that I think it was Napa that saw my video and he told you or vice versa. But I just don't like bad drivers and I wanted to put them on YouTube and I just like making videos. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it.
But it was one of you guys that are the first ones that watched my videos. I remember it was either Napa or you.
Yeah. I don't remember either.
But what I did remember is just how raw you were with it, just straight to the point with everything. And I was just like, and that's what I freaking always appreciate with your videos, man. You just
I'm actually like that in person too. That's why people have respect for me because I don't hold nothing. If I have something to say, eventually I'm going to tell you, and that's just how it is,
Yeah.
Those are the best kind of friends, actually. I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, it wasn't, well, that's why.
What?
Like,
oh yeah, I don't like sugarcoating anything.
No, with this video, like it was about like the horn usage, and I don't know if you caught a little bit like earlier in the stream with it, Rhode Island, but like we were talking about like horn usage and like when do you use it, or when's the proper time to use it, like type thing. Do you do like courtesy, or do you do like a rage? Do you do like a self-expression thing?
I just like to show people they're fucking stupid, and that's the main reason why I beat. Like, you're a fucking idiot. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes, I see that when people in front of you turn and don't use their signal, you give them a beep.
Yeah, you know where I got that from? I never really used to do it, but I started seeing the New Jersey guy do it. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool, man. You gotta let these idiots know, like, hey, dude, use your fucking turn signal, you fucking bum. You know what I mean?
They probably don't have any idea why you.
No, they're like, what's this guy beeping at?
Oh, man.
You should see what these people do to me when I'm driving this fucking bus. I'm driving a 40-foot vehicle, and these motherfuckers.
Yes.
There's nobody behind me, and they want to turn 20 feet in front of me, so they cut right in front of me to turn. It's like, are you fucking retarded?
Rhode Island dash cam. Yeah, Rhode Island dash cam. I think you'd enjoy a day in the life of a tour bus driver.
Dude, I drive in the worst neighborhoods in Rhode Island. Like I drive around, I see people fucking selling crack cocaine on the side of the road, smoking crack.
Is that
That's
Woonsocket? What are you talking about?
No, Woonsocket's is. I'm talking about like certain parts of downtown.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, Providence. Yeah, but Woonsocket is. Woonsocket is just. You ever see the movie The Hills Have Eyes? That's Woonsocket. No teeth, pajamas, all day.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
You come over here and say hi real quick.
Oh.
Rhode Island.
Say hi to Rhode Island. He likes your style.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What's up, girl? How are you?
All right, just chilling.
You dropping some F-bombs with Napa today?
Oh, yeah, there's always fucking F-bombs to drop.
Oh, yes.
Every day. I can say it in a couple languages, too, but, I'm trying to stick to
Yeah, Italian it's what? Fungu.
fungu.
Fangu. Pasta fazoo.
Yeah. Pretty much. I try to be
Andrew
good.
Dice Hammer.
Yeah.
You can say hi to the others. We got DCE.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
He's gonna come up. He'll come up and visit us someday.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
There's
hey,
Dallas.
There's Dallas and Clueless,
Clueless
Drivers,
Drivers of
SoCal.
And Jeffrey in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow. All the way from the Netherlands.
Mhm.
Dude, it's
Yes,
what,
ma'am.
5 a.m. there?
Yes, the sun is up already.
Oh,
The sun's not even down here.
What did you say?
The sun hasn't even gone down here.
Oh, wow.
crazy.
Hey, what's
Oh,
up,
right on.
Phil? Yeah, Dashcam Andy. How you doing?
You guys got a lot of people following you tonight.
Yes, we do. We have Shadow Lady. She's over in the Fairfield area. We got Dashcam Andy. You think he's on the East Coast? I think. Phil K.
Yeah. Around Connecticut, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, Nova. We got Nova. He's been in the Dashcam community a long time. He is in the Northeast. I think he's in Nova Scotia, right?
Ah.
Or no, excuse me,
No, he's North Virginia.
North Virginia. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Very cool, very cool.
I get confused.
Dashcam Andy is from Connecticut, huh?
Mhm.
Ah, Connecticut. Okay.
Is it? Is that what he just said?
Oh, I don't know.
You probably got him on camera there, huh?
I call them Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
Canadians.
I remember that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Northern Virginia. Thank you. I don't know why I was thinking Nova Scotia. I was confusing that with Captain Schmidt.
Oh, Wind Dash Cam is here too. Yeah. I gotta
Wynn's cool, but he posts a video like every 6 months. It's like, come on, dude.
Yes.
Keep up with the times, brother.
Hey man, come on, dude. You know I can't keep up with the game either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're a legend, dude. You know.
No.
Yes, sir, you are a legend. Come on. Yes,
Yes, you
sir.
are.
No.
Ebonius Monk.
Yeah.
I remember your first videos.
Oh God, I don't want to remember them. How bad they were.
No.
Well, for the time, they were good. Pretty
We
good.
were all new at some point.
Yeah, we
all
were.
of us.
Well,
We all started out.
you know what? Like back in the day, I just wish there were more of us. There probably was. We just didn't know how to connect or communicate because there wasn't any of this. There was none of this.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool this like dash cam community, but a lot of people just don't understand it. Like this, like a lot of people don't understand like bad driving videos. I don't know how to. You guys know what I mean?
No,
It's like a
right,
small community.
Yeah, I miss Andre's videos.
It's funny. There are two dash cammers named Andre. But you're talking
Yeah.
about the bad drivers.
Yeah,
Southern
he's
California.
he's the bad drivers of Southern California.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's another one actually that posts just as crazy of clips now. Diego Martinez.
Oh,
That's his
yes.
YouTube channel, Diego Martinez, and he titles his videos "Bad Drivers of Southern California."
No, yeah, Diego's really good. He's
submitted clips to us before.
Yeah, he's got this Tesla car, and so he gets. And the Tesla is interesting because it has multiple cameras on board.
And it can accelerate like nobody's business.
Oh yeah,
Boy.
oh. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Rhode Island dash cam. Have you ever seen a day in the life of a tour bus driver?
No, a tour bus is a guy who drives from like state to state, pretty much. Right? Is that what you're talking about? Or
Yeah, he mostly is out of the Vancouver area of Canada.
oh, you got a
He puts
YouTube channel.
commentary in his videos.
Yeah, and he and Napa had some trading of ideas and sort of inspired one another.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Allie Knight. Oh, Allie Knight.
Yeah, he actually dash cams on a tour bus, so you get to see how some drivers drive around a coach.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he's been on the news. There was this one guy that got out of his car and spat on his windshield of his bus while he had tourists on board. And that
I
made
actually
the
remember
local
that
news
one.
in Vancouver.
Yeah, you know what? Before I get driving for this company for the city buses, I couldn't stand them. So I always said, I don't want to drive for these guys. They're a bunch of fucking assholes on the road, you know.
Can I ask Rhode Island? I can't remember if you've mentioned because I get confused. I've watched so many dash cam channels, and it's hard to keep everything straight. But are you able to say what kind of vehicle you drive in your videos?
I'll tell you guys, but I don't like to. I just don't post the stuff on my channel, you know.
Right.
I drive a Corolla.
Oh, okay.
But what I drove before was an Acura. I used to drive.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like telling. Rhode Island's very small, and you know how I put cops on blast on my videos too. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
You don't
want
wanna look for a
Got 'em.
Corolla.
45 minutes to drive through the whole state, and I don't want to get mugged.
Oh yeah.
In DCE, you all are you? I know what you drive.
I drive a Corolla.
Yeah. Okay, you can say it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I drive a Corolla Apex.
How many others here in the chat drive a Corolla?
Not me.
They're really good on gas mileage. I'll tell you.
I would
that.
love to have one as a secondary.
They are good on gas. That's why I got it to do Uber. But no,
Yeah, 36 to 40 miles to the gallon. Something like that.
I don't get that good. But
Well, if you're doing mostly freeway driving, it might.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What are gas prices in Rhode Island right now?
they've been getting up there. Now it's close to 3.
Oh, we're almost
the
5. It's like 480 something here.
Oh, yeah. You guys, sucks for you guys.
Oh, we have the most expensive gas in the country.
So what do you guys think it's because of Biden?
I don't know. I don't know.
Beats
I'm not
me.
sure. I have no idea. It could be.
It
but
didn't
I don't
help
know.
when he canceled the Keystone Pipeline and made us made us dependent on foreign oil, other than like Canada, where we're getting it close by.
I don't follow politics that closely, so I don't know, but it could very well be.
Yeah, I mean that changed right there. It signaled all the Middle Eastern ones now that now we're going to have to get more from them.
Right.
So they start jacking the price up.
I mean, gas prices do go up this time of year anyway, but this is the highest we've ever seen them.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Almost
right
$5 a gallon. That's that's what Europe
Really?
was paying 10 years ago.
Yeah, this world's all
if you
fucked up.
did the exchange, the exchange rate, the what? How about in the Netherlands? What? I mean, you guys do liters, not gallons,
Yeah, we do liters. Yeah.
and then you do euros. So we'd have to do some math to figure out how your gas prices compare to ours. But what are they there?
Let me see. I filled my tank today. I have to look at
I love
my
his
video.
Love the accent.
Let's see.
Netherlands, huh? Isn't that near what do you call it? A little red light district over there with the
Let me
pretty girls
put
in the
it in.
windows.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah,
That's where I need to go visit.
that'd be a neat place to visit.
Man, I want to start telling stories about interactions with women that I have, but I got some girls that watch my videos. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be down low, just under the radar.
Put it in chat, Napa, what the price is.
Premium? Why are you getting premium gas? Fuck that.
Well, the next car that we get, if you want the most horsepower and torque out of it, you'll have to get premium.
So here's a question I got for you guys. What's the biggest like road rage incident that you guys had? Like somebody getting out of a car, going after you, or you going after somebody? Anything crazy like that?
With someone hanging out of the side door, giving me the finger and stuff while we're going 70 miles an hour down the highway count?
Oh,
That's it?
What?
That's all you got? you Dallas. I respect you because you like you know how to control yourself. Like you're not all crazy and shit. You know who's real crazy? That guy's from Central Jersey. That guy's out of his mind.
Oh, are you talking about Urban? Is it Urban Jersey?
No, that's I think he's gay. He's always talking to girls on the phone. He's a gay guy from Jersey. He's a good guy though, but he's just he got a lead foot.
Nick's asking why Napa's name says Pinot Noir.
You know what I'm talking about. That's why.
No. Oh man. Oh wow.
Just because I like Pinot.
Oops.
Wow. What is with these gas prices and freaking? Oh my God, Dallas,
They're
are
very
you
high.
serious? No,
Actually, to answer
Dallas,
your question,
dude,
Rhode
get out of here.
Island.
274. Get out of here, Dallas. Oh.
I'll tell
It was
you.
cheaper in Louisiana when I was there a couple weeks ago. It was like 265.
Oh.
I'll tell you my craziest
Yeah, let's
incident.
hear it.
Oh my God, this was nuts, and I sure wish we had a rear dash cam for this one. So my wife was driving, and we were going through town, and some guy was tailgating her, and she just So she just did the tap on the pedal, but not really like brake check. But the guy got offended by it, and so he started following us. And we'd go faster. He'd speed up.
Tough guy truck.
He'd take different turns. He would follow, and we couldn't lose him. So there was a very clever way of losing him, except it resulted in a car crash.
Oh man!
So we turned left at a green light where the angle doesn't matter.
Yeah,
What?
it does, 'cause I can do it real fast.
Well, so we made a left turn where you have to yield to oncoming traffic. We had just enough time to make a left turn before oncoming traffic was close enough.
Tell me you got.
So
Tell
we
me
weren't cutting
you
them
got
off.
hit.
The guy behind us had tunnel vision. He was more focused on chasing us that he got T-boned.
Ah!
Trying to chase us down. And
What
we
a
saw the
scum-
whole thing in the rearview mirror. It was
What a scumbag!
yeah.
Wow.
This was back in 1999, so this was 22 years ago.
I would have fucking laughed my ass off, dude.
And I saw the
I'm a
car
little
the next
fucked up,
day.
but-
I saw that car the next day.
Oh, wow.
He happened to be a student in my class that I was taking, like sociology. I saw his car parked in the parking lot at the college that I was going to. And I saw him get out of his car, but I didn't say anything. I could have said, "Hey, how was your night last night?" A little bit of time on the side of the road exchanging information. How'd that go?
Oh.
And then I followed him. Well, I didn't follow him intentionally, but he happened to be going to the same class that I was going to, and he was in the same sociology class.
Wow, that's the law of attraction right there.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
some
Right
hippie
on,
guy.
I
He had like a
asked, do
beanie
you
or
have
whatever.
some
He had
incident you wanna talk about?
dreadlocks and beanie. Like he looked like he was straight up out of Berkeley.
Who?
Was he driving a tough guy truck?
Actually, no, he was driving a Subaru. Let's see, it was a Subaru
Subaru?
Outback. Yep, he was driving a Subaru station wagon. He was a
Oh,
hippie
my
dude.
God. Maybe you fucking dropped his joint between the seats when you fucking worked out the brakes. I don't know.
Oh man, that was the most dramatic one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But
Man,
I've seen some other wild
Man,
stuff.
I've got a few stories about the last one. I was in my. I actually put it in one of my videos. I explained it. A guy you actually put it in your video. A guy cut me off on a highway.
Yeah,
A guy from Massachusetts, and then I just fucking lost it. I got out of the car, and this guy. I usually don't walk away from fights, but this dude got out of the fucking car, and he was a monster, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
but I was in my work uniform too, and I
Yeah.
was like, no, I can't do this. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
I could have ruined my life, man. It's not even worth it. Like I've gotten out of my car a few times,
Yeah.
but it's it's really not. You'll destroy your life.
It can, absolutely. It can if you get the wrong,
Wow.
situation for
Yeah, I
sure.
had that one guy that I honked at, and he gave me the finger and stuff, and then he followed me into the Walmart parking lot. And I got out and went over to him, and he gets out and he's got his work badge on with his name right there.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
You're like, oh, hi, Phil. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Well, he said something. I said, what did I say? I said something about I was going to post it on YouTube, him being a dick. And he said, well, good. Send me the link. I said, I can't, David. I don't have your email address.
Okay, I was way off guessing that his name was Phil.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, there he is with his work badge on, just standing in front of me. I'm like, dude, calm
You gotta
down.
love it when people in company trucks do really douchey things, and
What are they thinking?
and their phone numbers plastered on the side of their truck. Do they really think that it's not going to get called into their boss or posted on Yelp?
There's enough drivers that will get upset on the road that they'll get called.
Yeah. Yep. That one incident that I posted, Cammie called me out on that one, and I'm glad she did actually, because that that was a bit out of line. But I saw this incident going on between a company truck and this elderly couple. He was like harassing an elderly couple.
Wow.
And this was in the last 6 months. So when I got up beside the guy, I honked, and I gave him kind of the WTF gesture, which really sent him over the edge. And
Really?
that's where Cammie was right. She's like, yeah, you shouldn't have messed with that guy. But I couldn't help myself. But anyway, I ended up calling the phone number on the side of the truck, and I got the owner, and I'm like, there was this incident that I saw on the road, and blah blah blah. And he's all, yeah, I got another call about that too, and I really got to talk to my employee about this behavior. He's been with us for 20 years, and I really got to talk to him. And God damn it, that Dave, I got to talk to him. And I told him the whole situation, and he said that he gave a different story. He said that this older couple was harassing him. Well, no, that's not what the camera shows. So he said that his employee, who was the road rager, was being harassed by the older couple, and then he said he was being harassed by a chick in a red car. Well, that chick was me. I get mistaken for a chick sometimes.
Chick.
I
happens a lot,
I
actually.
gotta see a picture, Napa. Come on,
I know.
dude.
I get mistaken for a chick. Whereas, yeah, I could probably pass as an '80s rock drummer, but I get mistaken for a chick, which was funny. He's all, this chick in a red car, and I didn't tell him that chick was actually me. I didn't tell him that. I made it sound like I was the car behind the red car.
That helps your anonymity, at least.
It does help a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, I captured the whole thing on dashcam. Do you want me to send it to you? Of course, then this whole story about being behind the red car wouldn't have worked, because obviously I was the red car, and I was the quote unquote chick in the red car. Yeah. So that was kind of funny.
Maybe you want to do some story times in your videos. Because it sounds like you got some interesting ones, Napa.
Yeah, there've been a couple road rage chases that I've been the unfortunate recipient of.
Yeah, people don't like to get honked at, man. And the biggest thing is people never like to admit when they're fucking. You see it in the videos all the time. They're 100% in the wrong, and they want to beat back. It's like, dude, you deserve a smack.
There was one instance before we were dash camming where I had to drive probably very close to 100 miles an hour on a city street just to get away from a maniac.
Damn.
And I've never driven so fast. And thank God it was late at night where there was no pedestrians, nobody on the road, where I could actually go really fast without risking hitting anybody. And I was making some really wild turns too, where my tires were screeching,
Damn.
breakneck speeds, and this was like straight out of a movie. It was just so nuts. And I did not sleep that night either.
What? It's wow, dude.
This guy was pissed. It all started because he passed me illegally on somewhere where it was dangerous, and I honked. It wasn't even that long of a honk, and he started brake checking me and going just nuts. And I got to a point where finally I went past him, and I gave another parting honk after all those shenanigans he pulled, which I shouldn't have done that either. And then he started chasing me on surface streets. And there was one other time where I was being chased where I had to probably drive 70 or 80 miles an hour in a 40 zone.
Damn, Napa.
Oh my God. It's crazy sometimes.
This one time I was on I can't tell you all. I'll just tell you this one because I like to see him for story time. But I was on the highway one day and there's a tough guy truck, of course. Always a fucking tough guy truck, you know.
Brodozer.
Brodozer.
So he's driving on this. They call it the Durbus curve in Rhode Island. It's a very dangerous curve, and you guys seen it in my videos. But anyway, he was swerving a little bit. So I try to get in the travel lane and then go up, and I look over at him, and he sees me look at him. So instead of letting me pass him, he speeds up. So I was in my Acura at the time, so I sped up and I got in front of him, and then he gets on the side of me. So I throw him the finger, right? Because he looks at me and I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, you speed up so I can't get by you. Like, why? So he rolls his window down. This guy was fucking fuming.
Yeah.
There was veins popping out of this guy's neck. He's like, you want to throw me the finger? Pull the fuck over. I said, all right. I put my signal on. I pulled over right on the fucking highway. And he kept driving, and I put my hand out the window for him to come over. So he pulled over. I didn't think he was. He pulled over in front of me. So I opened my door. I'm like, what is your problem, dude? So he gets out. He's like, what? And so I get out, and I'm ready to fight this dude. And he's like, but you threw me the finger. I'm like, dude, I said, what the? I'm like, why are you speeding up so I can't get by you? He's like, no, I wasn't. Then he's like, you know what? He shakes my hand. And then the weirdest thing was when he was walking back to his truck, he lifted the back of his shirt up. I don't know if he had a gun or I saw a tattoo on his back, and he's like, I'm all set. And he lifted his shirt, and I still don't know why he did that. And then he went back in his truck.
That reminds me.
Wow.
There was a motorcyclist that reached for a gun in his waistband after I honked because he came a little too close to my front end, and he reached for what looked to be a gun in his waistband, like lifted his jacket a little bit, and there was what looked like the top of a gun.
What, a motorcycle?
A motorcyclist, yeah.
Probably a Hell's Angel or something.
Yeah, but he didn't take that any further.
He's like, yeah, you want to fuck around?
And I still don't know. You can see it in one of my older videos. There's a pedestrian that points an object at me that some people have hypothesized was a gun. She was just like this drug addict, crazy, cracked out, crackhead Kathy lady who crossed the street. I didn't even honk or anything. I just happened to be, I slowed down for her, and then she finished jaywalking, but she pointed an object at me that some people hypothesized was a gun. Like, a lot of people were like, Napa, you don't know how close you got to being shot here. But I didn't even notice at the time until people pointed it out in the video. And you can see like a black object in her hand as she points at me.
Jay World, what do you mean? People sometimes blame the driver they cut off for speeding. What logical sense did that make? What do you mean? Did I cut him off or he cut me off? I don't get it.
Oh, I think I know what he's saying.
Coming too fast. So they would have had room if you weren't speeding.
Yeah, you
no,
cut
I
somebody
had
off, you honk, and
no.
they blame it on you for.
I
for
had
being-
I had plenty of room to get by him, but he sped up purposely, so I couldn't pass him. So I sped up to be like, "Yo, you're a fucking asshole, dude. You had all that room. You're driving slow in the passing lane, and now you see I put my signal on. You speed up, so I'm gonna gun it and I'm gonna cut in front of you because you're being an asshole." That's what I did.
I don't think he's talking about that particular incident. It's just like if you're coming down the road and somebody pulls out in front of you and cuts you off, they'll blame you because if you were going slower, they would have had more room. And but hey, I wasn't speeding. You just didn't leave enough room.
Yeah.
Well, they deflect blame. So when somebody cuts you off, you honk at them, and they get upset. They'll oftentimes try to deflect blame, like say that you were speeding or whatever.
It's even those same people in life in general. I've always said that's a great quality in a person when they can admit they're wrong, because nobody likes to do that.
Well, a lot of people are narcissistic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people suffer the Dunning-Kruger syndrome. Or no, it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, excuse me, but it's a syndrome, may as well be. And then there's cognitive dissonance, those things. Yeah.
I wonder.
Many people don't want to admit they're wrong. But I appreciate when I get honked at. I actually appreciate it when people honk at me because, like, I may not have, it's like they made an effort to let me know that I screwed up.
It sure beats crashing.
It beats crashing, but it's not an insult to my ego at all. It's like, okay, you honked at me. I fucked up. I deserved it. And thank you for honking at me.
Oh yeah, if you fuck up, for sure.
Wakes me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Napa, be on your toes a little bit better.
So if y'all had somebody like do something and you honk at them and then they wave, oh, sorry, and then you're just like, oh, then it's like over. You go, oh, okay, sorry. They said this, sorry.
Yeah. That I
that always
appreciate.
diffuses the situation too. Like if somebody honks at you and you wave sorry, that'll usually diffuse it and they won't like keep going on you.
Yes, like you said, if they admit that they made a mistake, because we all make mistakes,
we all do.
Then you can let it go. It's like,
there are some. Oh my gosh! So that brings me to. Have you guys seen some moto vloggers, motorcyclists who post videos where the person actually apologizes for making a mistake, but they keep like raging on the person, even though they said they were sorry, and they keep raging on them, yelling at. They continue to berate them, and I've seen quite a few, quite a lot of that. It's like, dude, the guy said he was sorry.
Or why instigate? Like,
that should be like a de-escalation, tactic there.
Yeah.
Should be,
but there are some people that will just keep raging, even though you said sorry.
And then when they keep raging, you laugh at them. They love that.
They do the slow clap, like, hey,
there was
raising
a
your blood pressure.
Maybe in the city where the off-duty cop pulled his gun on somebody. Yeah, sounds like a cop.
Man.
How are the police where you are in Rhode Island?
Oh, since all these cameras are out and stuff now, these cops don't get away with shit. Like you guys heard some of the stories that I've posted on my fucking dash cam. That's like a pinch of the stuff that's happening with cops. That's why I don't like cops. I didn't grow up listening to rap videos saying, "Oh, fuck the police," and I don't like the cops. No, I've had cops fuck on me for most of my early 20s and being a teenager for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty lucky out here, especially in our local area. We've had some corruption with the Napa Police Department, but they're gone. Those bad apples are gone. Like they wanted to make sure we didn't get any more bad apples. There was one police officer who was indicted for drunk driving. He actually smashed into a whole bunch of parked cars, and then there were a couple instances of cops who were abusive and stuff like that. But generally speaking, the police in our area are pretty good. There's not very much corruption. So we're pretty lucky here. I can't speak to the rest of the country, but we're pretty lucky where we are to have, generally speaking, good cops.
That's good. My cousin's fiance is a cop, and he's a fucking very mellow. Nothing bothers him. He's a great guy, and that's how cops should be. Like me, I
That's
can never,
exactly
never
right.
be a cop because I'll be fucking breaking jaws and stomping on people's heads. That's why I won't be a cop. But there's people that want to be cops so they can be tough and drive a
There
tough guy
are a
truck
lot-
to work and
yeah.
get in a cop car. I don't know.
There's a lot of that. There are a lot of
Yeah.
people who are cops for the wrong reasons, and we don't need those kind of cops. We need, I'm thank God for body cams. You know,
The cops years ago in the '90s beat the shit out of my cousin till he was unrecognizable, right?
yeah,
And they took it to court. My family won a lawsuit against the police department.
yeah. Oh, I know the LAPD struggled with a lot of corruption back in the '90s and
Yeah.
prior.
Every department, man.
Man,
Uh,
yeah, it's crazy.
And it's funny because I'm not into politics at all, but as soon as I start saying that anything, because I don't believe the coronavirus is as cracked up as it is, people think I'm a fucking Republican. Or when I say I don't like cops, they're like, "Oh, you're a liberal. You don't like cops." I'm like, "No, I don't like any of you motherfuckers. I just don't like cops, and I have my own views."
man. No, I got a couple of family members that are in law enforcement too, and they're super mellow, super mellow.
Yeah,
They're not hot headed at all.
I've had quite a few acquaintances who were law enforcement, and they're pretty mellow too. And one of them is a hardcore Republican.
Oh yeah, especially Texas, man. Them guys are out there holding guns with the Trump flags on the fucking trucks, man.
The lifted truck, right, with the Confederate flag on the back.
There you go, down.
Oh God, there was I remember the guy with the Confederate flag that used to drive him down our street. He had a lifted truck, and he'd have a Confederate flag flying.
What does that mean? That flag? What does a Confederate flag mean? Like, is that a racist thing?
Well, some people interpret it to be. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've seen both sides of the argument about the Confederate flag, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I grew up in Louisiana in the South, around Mississippi, Alabama, and those guys will fly. But you have people of different races fly the flag. It's more of a Southern pride thing.
Right.
I know the heritage of it. I know the Civil War. I know all this stuff. But the perception has kind of changed for the people that live in the South that would fly the flag. Because like I say, there's black people. I say all kind of black people would fly it as well as white people.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
guess it depends
Southern
on
country thing.
I guess it depends on who's flying it and why they're flying it.
Exactly, but you can't tell that just by seeing the flag flying, right?
Yeah,
I haven't seen anybody flying it like there's some sort of Klan flag or something.
right.
I mean,
right.
people really do not have that attitude in the South.
I mean, I'm just choosing to stay neutral because I've seen both sides of the argument, and I've seen compelling arguments on both sides of it. Like, yes, it shouldn't be there, or no, it's fine. So I don't know. I'm just not informed enough, maybe, to draw an opinion. So I just kind of
I think people just make too big of a deal of something. Like tearing down all these statues. Let's forget all our history.
Yeah.
Let's
Cancel
not remember
culture.
the fact that we fought a war to end slavery, where no other country really did that I know.
Well, I will say that
mean,
I think
come
that cancel culture's gone too far. I think that we've,
Oh yeah,
you can't just tear everything down and
everybody's a bunch of pussies now. Everybody gets
Exactly.
offended over everything. It's like
offended
shut
over
up.
everything. That's exactly right.
It's crazy,
Too
man.
soft.
I agree
People
with
are
you on
too
that.
soft.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's where I'm a little bit more right leaning in that in
Yeah.
the whole, you
I
gotta
agree.
have a thick skin. Don't why does everything have to offend? Like
Everything's a
it's-
race card. Everything's a sex
everything's
card.
a race
It's like
card.
shut
sex
the
card. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
And then
I
now
agree.
there's fucking 15 genders. Like I identify as a potato now. Did you guys know that?
Hey, I identify as a millionaire, so I can have my $1 million right now. No, but that's one reason why we want to get out of California, because there's so many snowflakes that just get offended over every goddamn thing.
A lot of liberals over there.
A little bit too much. A little too much, yeah. because I'm more kind of in the middle. Maybe a little more right on some things.
Yeah.
I'm
the
a
same
little
way.
left. I'm a little bit left on some other things, but I'm generally, if you average all of my views out, I'm kind of in the middle.
You ever been down to Skid Row? I walked through there by myself one day. Pretty interesting.
I've been down to some versions of Skid Row in some cities, and it's pretty bad.
Oh yeah. I was in some bad neighborhoods over there by myself.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, I just want to get out of this place. It's a little bit too much. It's too left for me in California. Way too left. And yeah, I just can't jump on board with modern PC culture.
Well,
It's too extreme. It's exactly what Rhode Island's saying. It's just too. I don't know. We're just too censored, trying to tear everything down. And
Yeah. Well,
it just doesn't make
like
any
Rhode Island
sense.
said, people are just pussies now. They're too
People are
soft. They
pussies.
can't have a debate. They can't let somebody else have a different opinion. They can't hear a different
Exactly.
opinion or hurt their feels, and they go crying in a corner.
Exactly.
Come on.
It's I'm not sure where socialism fits in with that specifically. That's more of an economic system that doesn't work, by the way. I've kind of argued ad nauseum with people on Reddit about socialism, because they're like, because it's interesting how the youngins on Reddit, you'll see like our socialism subreddit is far more popular than the capitalism subreddit, but history proves that socialism doesn't freaking work.
I know. They don't know what they're wanting if they really want that.
They all got fucking brand new iPhones and brand new Jordans.
Yeah,
And they talk about how capitalism failed them. That's the funny part.
I know.
Yeah.
It's because they didn't manage their freaking money. It's like they're blowing all their money on unnecessary stuff when they're scrimping for pennies to begin with, and we need socialism. It's like a gimme dat. It's a gimme dat generation. Huh?
I said if they ever get drafted, they'll never know how to. They don't know what to do. They can't turn on a lawnmower.
Right. There was that argument too. That was kind of, yeah, it was funny. These kids want a revolution, but they don't know how to turn on a lawnmower.
Yeah, but how old are you?
Yeah, if they get drafted, they're screwed.
How old are you
By the
guys?
military, they're screwed.
Oh, do you really want to know?
Let's bang it out. Bang it out.
Yep.
I guess I'll say it again. I'm 41.
All right. How old are you, Napa?
I know he's up there with us. We're gonna have to start using a walker soon, aren't we?
You guys, your wife sounds like she's 22. You sound like you're like 30.
She has. I'm rocking the cradle here. She's actually my age, but she does sound very young. She looks young.
I've had people ask me, "Is your mom home?"
Is your mom what, the pizza delivery guy? Well,
Yeah, anybody who answers the
Wait.
phone, they don't. I don't answer the phone with my name, and so that is your mom home?
how old are you, Napa? You mind telling me? Dude?
I'm 42, and
42?
the wifey just
All right.
turned 42 also.
You guys are older than me. I'm 30. I'm 34.
You're
Oh,
34.
you're right behind us.
Yeah, you're not far behind us.
Hey. No fours over here.
It's just a number.
Older.
And she feels older. I know. when you're-
40s, huh? You guys are all 40. Good.
We're all
40's the new 20, baby.
We're all 40's a new 20. I
Right,
know.
man.
I know what you mean. No, I'm still like going on hikes and being physically active and trying to hang on to the youth a little bit, as much as I can, having some fun.
Why are you gonna put that up there?
DCE, you see any chickens on the road again lately?
No.
Chickens crossing the road.
This guy puts the age on it.
Hey, you know what? It all synced up. 41, 2, 3. There it is.
You want to hear a story about a chicken, dude? I might break some hearts with it. I don't even know if I should tell you guys this shit.
Yeah, go for it. We're not offended over here. We're not snowflakes, so we can handle anything.
I was a fucked up kid, man. But anyway, my parents brought me to Portugal. That's where my parents are from, in the islands of Portugal.
Yeah.
And they they kill the animals to eat them and stuff. So they brought a pig over and they were going to kill the pig, and then they had a chicken. They had it tied up by its. They had it tied up so it couldn't walk, so it just flopped over. So I think I was like 13. So I take the chicken when nobody was watching, and I brought it in the field in the back, and I was just booting the fucking thing around the field. Why did I do that? I don't know. Like I said, I was a fucked up kid. So I bring the chicken back after like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of kicking the fucking chicken around, and I bring it back, and the thing's all like bleeding and shit. And they're like,
oh, no.
and some lady's like, "What did you do to this?" She's like. She was like shocked, but the thing is, they were gonna kill it anyway. So I don't know. I was just fucking brought it in the bag. It just reminded me that because DCE is a chicken. Don't mind me. I told you I was fucked up.
Oh, wow. Chicken head,
man.
chicken head, man, chicken head.
Chicken head.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucked
Hey,
up person. Man.
DCE, did my link ever did my link ever come through the email?
No, I don't see it, dude.
Check your spam folder.
Shit, those man. What is this?
I know it probably went to spam. Your Gmail, if you just go down the list on the left, there should be a spam folder because that's probably where it went.
Look, she's Shadow Lady's leaving after that one.
After which one?
Oh,
Hey, you know who unfollowed me when I said because you know what kills me? People that break for squirrels. They'll get into an accident to break. Fuck them squirrels. That's a rat with a tail. I'll run them motherfuckers over. So this guy unfollowed me. He's like, "You're fucked up, man. Why would you run over a squirrel?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna let somebody rear end me to fucking stomp my brakes to fucking not kill a squirrel." Fuck them squirrel.
No.
Oh.
That really does kill me, dude. I see people stomp and swear. They almost hit trees and shit to avoid a squirrel.
Yeah, I'll try to swerve and break a little, but I'm not doing all of that.
Yeah, don't kill yourself.
You guys are better than me. I don't give a fuck about them squirrels.
I don't want to get it caught up in my wheel and stuff.
Whoa. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that it's probably sitting in there.
What would you have for supper today, Napa Valley? Some
Say
macaroni
what?
and cheese?
Wait, what?
What'd you have for supper today, my man?
We haven't even eaten supper yet. We're kind of late eaters. Sometimes we're like eat at 8 or 9 or 10 at night. Yeah, we're just kind of late.
Couple everything bagels, extra toasted.
No, well, we do like bagels. Dave's Killer Bread. Oh my God, they make the best bagels I've ever had anywhere. Dave's Killer Bread. Do you guys sell that on the East Coast?
No.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's great stuff. They're whole wheat, very tasty. I don't even know what we're doing for dinner. Oh, we hadn't even talked about it. I'm kind of surprised. I don't know. Oh, she skipped and ate a cookie, so I guess that's her dinner. I'm on my own, I guess.
That's what she ate all day?
No.
Come on, Kathy. You got to get in them calories.
Yeah, I got to get in them calories. No, we've been soup. Yeah, I guess that was her early dinner. Good soup. I didn't even eat. I've been drinking beer this whole time.
Dallas is from Texas. He had a squirrel pot pie today.
Squirrel pot pie.
Hell no. Okay, first of all, I'm not from Texas. I live in Texas. Now ain't no damn squirrel, all right?
You know
Hey,
what? I'm
Dallas.
going to Texas.
Hey, Dallas, you got gray squirrels or red squirrels up there?
They're brown squirrels.
Oh, we
they're
got
not
brown
gray.
ones.
Yeah.
I'll run any color over. I don't care.
Yeah, you can see it in the video where I ran over that one.
We got gray ones and red ones here, but they kind of tend to stay away from each other. We have a lot of foxes too. Got mountain lions. Had a bear not far behind our house not too long ago. Got all kinds of wildlife around here.
Nick
So,
said
guys-
he'll honk at a squirrel. Does that do any good? I don't think they pay attention.
They don't. They freeze when you honk at them. They just freeze in your path.
Well, if they'll freeze, I can at least dodge them. But they keep running to where my wheels are
That's
going.
true. That's true.
Oh.
I generally don't honk at animals running in my path for some reason. I just kind of like, I don't know. I figure the horn's either might make it worse.
You got a loud horn, dude. That shit is. Whew.
Who, me?
Yeah, I don't know. You got a train horn on yours?
Not on the new car. No, we should probably upgrade something on the new car.
You're gonna get murdered with a lot of the horn. The mad of the people.
Yeah, a lot of the horn, mad of the people. I know. We got to get a 5-gallon air tank. Probably put it in the trunk and then run an airline down to where the trumpets are to the front of the car. I don't know. We're thinking about maybe getting a semi horn for the car.
Wow, that's
but
wild.
just as a secondary horn, not we'd still keep our main horn, that we use in the city, and the other horn could be like an oh shit horn.
You guys ever see the videos where the guys they hook up the train horns and they go in the city and they beep at people and
I've
scares
seen
the
that.
shit out of them.
That's
Those are
crazy
awesome.
stuff.
Oh,
I'm not that mean though, so I can't. I'm not that mean, so I could never.
Wow, that's hilarious.
It is funny. For me, I don't know.
I would do that. You know what I did once? There's this bridge, like right down the street from my house, and it collects this big like puddle on this part of this bridge, right? And then there's a walking path.
I see where this is going.
There's a walking path, right? And then people walk down the path.
You get people wet.
So there's this one guy one day. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get this guy, right? I hit this puddle, so it was a lake.
Oh,
I hit this kid with a tidal wave, and he just threw his hands up, and he sat there, dripping with water, and I think I ruined his fucking day. But I laughed.
Oh, you gotta get it. You gotta get an old lady. You gotta get an old lady who probably hasn't been wet in years.
Yes, when I was in Ottawa.
Sorry, I just had to go there.
Yeah, I did something similar when I was in Ottawa, but the guy in front of me splashes the pedestrian there, right? And they turn and look at him going like, what? And I come right behind him and blast him twice as much. Just like soaked them.
Just like screw the Badger's Hill. Just get her wet by driving through a puddle.
You guys are gonna fucking unsubscribe to my channel after this fucking live feed.
Well, I already
I'm gonna have to remember that one. Get an old lady wet who hasn't been wet in years.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
That's coming in the video. Next
That's
video.
so wrong.
Sheesh.
Woo.
Well,
I know.
Well, guys, yeah, I gotta get off here. If you guys want to continue it, if you guys want to set up a live stream, like
I should probably go too. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I think my time's up too.
I can't live off of beer. Only for so long.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
you
been
can,
real.
But
liver might fail.
you know what? We should definitely try to plan something again.
Yeah.
And especially with you, Rhode Island. I'm so glad you were able to chime in, man.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I've been working crazy hours, man, with my job. So I'll never know when I'll be able to. If I see you guys on, I'll just message, hop on, or whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, you got.
Just don't judge me, all right? I'm a little tapped in the head.
Come on, man. We don't do that, man. Oh, man.
I stand my ground. Fuck them squirrels, man. I'm sorry.
That's right.
You with
That's
the
right.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah. Thank all of you for being here. And we're definitely gonna try to do this again sometime. So hope everyone has a good night.
Cool. Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
All right. Yeah, no worries. All right.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Later.
Good night.
Can you guys still hear me?